computer then. Okay,
So,
Derek wants to do our recap, so we're gonna let him go ahead.
so I changed my name because last week the last episode everyone just kept calling me David. I'm like,
That's what it said.
why don't you guys fucking know my name yet? And you're all like, oh, because your name is David on the screen, so we can't remember. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I decided,
Wait,
all right, I'm just gonna change my name. That way there's no confusion.
It does make
But I
things easier,
literally,
sure.
yeah, oh, totally, and I get that. It's hard enough to remember your own name, much less everybody else's.
And I also
Um,
have to remember like 7 NPCs at any one time.
yeah, especially for you.
I have
I
no excuse.
literally
I never
just,
know your name. I
yeah,
did
I, I literally just got done listening to the last episode. So I was like,
Oh,
oh shit, I have 3 hours to get this done.
I
Um,
mean, yeah, you could. It's one of those things where you can play it in the background, luckily, so that's good.
yeah. Um, so we started out, we were kind of finishing up our research at the school. A couple of people touched on some weird alternate universes timeline stuff.
That's cool.
Claire was like looking at different timelines for a minute, and Eddie actually went into an alternate reality, and that's kind of where we picked every. Well, we kind of picked everything, picked it all up as Claire basically made a security guard shit himself. His name was like Harold or something like that. And so you guys tried to stop him from like making a phone call, and then you guys ran away, and that's when Derek came around the corner and was like, "Hey man, oh, how did I do it? Oh,
You used
I
his
ended up I ended
walkie-talkie.
up
Yeah.
pulling the walkie-talkie away from his partner and calling him and trying to convince him to not do anything. And he's like, "Who is this? Why are you on the line?" And I'm like, "No, man, everything's fine. Just
Freaks
get
you out
out of
more, yeah.
there." And then he beeped it and knew where I was, and so I was like, "Ah, screw this." And I was already transformed, and I used my bellowing scream and just helped him evacuate his bowels the rest of the way, and he ran off. And then we all kind of had a good laugh about that and started talking about, all right, well, what are we going to do next? And so we decided to gather up some supplies and go take a look at the bathroom in the mirror in Dean's bathroom. Smash cut to a couple of hours earlier when Amos had stolen the mirror from the guidance counselor's office
Oh,
and taken it right. That's how that went.
Yeah,
Uh,
he did. Yeah.
yeah, and so decided to take it to Zanzibar's place. Talked to Zanzibar a little while about it. Found out some really interesting information about it, and Zanzibar hid it in the alternate dimension in another alternate dimension. So it is like lost to time right now. Um,
He tucked it away.
yeah, gone, like completely, Phineas's like brain is hurting. Like, where is it? Oh my god, that guy's gonna be so mad at me right now. I can't sense it anywhere.
that sounds like a
Um,
you problem.
yeah, real big you problem. Um, and then and then decided to go to the police station and try to figure out who it was that's actually still missing. Sorry, I'm yawning a lot.
That's
No, it's
fine.
Still
fine.
figure out who is still missing, and he got a name and an address, which is completely against the law, but whatever.
It's very much
Um,
so.
and yeah, and then basically told us that and what was going on with the mirror, and I think ended up joining us at the school. Came up with some really great string and cup ideas. I really appreciated those. And so we decided we're gonna do some science on the magic and see if we can figure out what correlation is. So we started throwing shit through a hole
Yeah,
because that's how science works.
that's
And you
how
literally
science
just
works.
throw things at a hole and go, "Yep, that's science." And in that process, uh, Dean decided to attack it with a swarm of flies, and that didn't go well. And then we got blasted with cold. and then and then ended up looking through the hole. We made enough noise at that point. Oh yeah, I sent one of my
I was
undead
about to say.
minions in, a human faced rat skeleton thing. And then when we looked through the hole and like basically like an ice elemental came walking along. And yeah, we're oh yeah, and we also found out that the we got info from Claire's minion about
The
we're
meeting.
having a meeting with the Rat Queen in basically 24 hours at a cemetery near Nick's house.
Not, yeah.
So
Uh,
yeah, so that's
not,
gonna go.
not Nyx.
So
Not Nyx.
wasn't it Nick?
No, it's your ghoul friend.
Lewis
Lewis. There we go.
Lewis's house. Um, and yeah, so we're gonna and so we're like we're trying to round up all we're getting our intel. We're gonna finish doing that right now. We're gonna round up all the troops, and then we're gonna go have a meeting with the Rat Queen. That's gonna go really badly, and then we're probably gonna come back here and jump through the portal.
What are you talking about? Everything's going to be perfectly fine.
Yeah, you've just
We're gonna have a
traumatized.
perfectly good.
I didn't say badly. I didn't say badly for us.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. If worse comes, this is
I
what's
just
gonna happen. We're gonna try to
more of like a
talk to
in
her.
general.
We're gonna try to talk to her. That's gonna fail, and then we're gonna kick her butt. It's easy.
Yes, yes, and all of the weird rat things, but still, yeah, it's gonna go great for
Oh,
somebody.
the person that's missing. I'm just looking at chat here. The person that's missing is Jonathan Winters, and his
Oh
last
yeah,
and he's been renamed 0004 in your
yes,
notes. Just so you know, because he doesn't need a name anymore. Anyway,
And thank you for the recap. I appreciate it.
but yeah,
yeah, because Jonathan's a giant ice golem now, right?
I mean that is the suspected thing since every monster you've fought so far has been a student. So the suspected
Mm-hmm.
mentality is that he is one as well.
Yeah,
It is one as well.
Probably, most likely.
I mean, hypothesis wise, it makes sense, you know. What else? Oh yeah, so Claire has
Yes.
been basically there's been a commotion in the bathroom. So the way it works out is I played it as it's the men's bathroom, and so all the dudes are basically like in the men's bathroom fiddling with science, and you're like, I'm just gonna wait out here and kind of watch the hallway and just sort of like not get involved directly unless I have to. So basically, where you're gonna start out is actually we don't have to do like a big recap. It's literally just there's a commotion in the bathroom, basically, because people are dodging ice and debris and like dodging around in there.
What
So
does
it's
this
a
sound like
loud.
with the clanging? Are they like
It
does it
sounds
sound like they're
like
playing a game or
it
something?
sounds like
Or
someone turned like you hear that snow machine noise, like you know what I mean? Like you like that the ice hitting stuff and like off of it, you know what I mean? And people kind of yelling and dancing around over there. It's a lot of foot movement and things.
guys, I kind of shout into the. Are you guys okay? You guys, is somebody bringing a slushy machine?
I think there's a Yeti.
A
Oh,
what?
one other minor thing. Sorry, everybody can gain their 6 heroic experience points. The 3 from last time and the 3 from the ones I owed you, basically. Sorry, except for unfortunately Claire, who
Hey,
was
man.
not here. Yeah.
If it works, if it makes you feel better, I failed so many times that last time I basically am at the same point.
Nice.
What about me since I wasn't technically at the last session?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Then that is 3. Thanks for self-reporting. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, honesty is important.
Honesty is important, and that lets me know that you were an honest player. Thank you.
And you can trust them when they, like, they're not going to
You know,
bad.
you can
no,
always.
no. He was no. Everybody else, everybody but Claire was present.
No, but she wasn't. Her player wasn't here. You only get the heroic bonus, like the three
I mean,
three session
for
bonus.
But Amos was present.
Amos was
No.
present for the last one, but not the one before it.
No, it was just, it was
It's
just,
the other way around. I wasn't here for the last one.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No,
Correct.
no. The last one was just me and Luna.
That wasn't the game. That was
Yeah.
the individual whatever. He's talking
That
about
one,
the
yeah.
session before that.
Oh, I thought I just listened to the
No, no,
session before
no.
that.
I wasn't here like on the first or whatever after Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, if it's that, then
that's
there
what
was
I
no
mean.
experience gain. That
Yeah,
was
yeah, that wasn't a game. That was something
Oh,
else.
okay, okay. That's
Oh,
what
that's the case then. I
so
should
then
be
that's what,
getting 3D
you should be getting
experience.
you should be getting the 6, yeah, because I didn't know you
Yeah,
were counting that.
and I
That was
have
us
two
messing around.
Wait, I got a
I have two
question.
failures from
So
previous. Well,
that
Okay.
begs the question: did you give out experience for the session I was a part of? That was only like 3 people. Is that what we're talking about? Like,
No,
now I'm
I think I gave out.
confused.
What I'm talking about is beginning of last session. I did not give experience, and then the session before that I forgot. I believe I owe everybody who was in those last 2 sessions 6. That's what I
Oh,
believe. Anyway,
okay,
whether or not that's correct, I don't know, but that is what I've come to
okay.
understand.
And I've only missed. So I got a question. So I've only missed.
You
So
missed 2, so
I
you had
missed 2.
0. Right.
Okay. That is. Hey, I'm just making sure. It
No,
sounded
that's
like there
fine.
was an extra something, and I wasn't quite
There's an
sure.
extra dumb bonus thing that we did because no one we missed half the party and we did Call of Cthulhu. It's a 1-player Call of Cthulhu game as 3 people, and
That's funny.
yeah, it is funny. But you go back and look at it. But yeah, that is a thing that we did, and it was entertaining in its own way.
yeah,
But
you
it's
guys
not
should
No
definitely
one
listen to that.
died.
It was good. It was
no
good.
spoilers.
It was good. Everybody died.
I mean, that's it. If it isn't, if it's not a Call of Cthulhu game with you guys, if everyone doesn't betray the party.
It was. Well, there was only
One
one
guy.
person in the party
You're
though.
all one guy.
Yeah, the
We
3 of us were
betrayed
playing one
ourselves.
person.
Oh, that
Yeah.
reminds me of a game called Everyone is Jeff or Everyone is Steve. But anyways, I won't get off topic. Sorry.
All right. I just wanted to get everybody on board with the idea that if you, I definitely didn't give experience last session, and I
Okay.
certainly didn't. And now the new experience for this session makes total of 6. That's
Okay.
what it means.
All right,
plus,
Roger Dodger.
Plus any failures that you
yeah.
acquired. But you are supposed to mark those down. So I'm not
Yeah,
accounting
yeah,
for
yeah.
those.
No, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Roger Dodger.
Sorry. Noise in the bathroom. There we go.
I am
Rabble,
like,
rabble, rabble.
what? As Claire walks in, what do I see when I turn the corner?
The floor is covered with ice as if someone just blew snow in there, and like a bunch of the stalls are kind of beat up and damaged, and 2 people are kind of wrestling with magical shields to try to block like anything that might else come out of that mirror. And
Okay.
in the very distance, because you can see past the glowy shields, you can see the titan, like a large ice creature's head and shoulders, but it seems to not know what's going on. It's kind of just putting its head around, looking around, but it seems to just sort of be wandering in the space. From the perspective that people have when they look through the mirror, they can tell that they are elevated. It's been said that it's about a 50-foot drop from the cliffside to where this thing is. So this thing must be standing 18, 20 feet tall. Head to shoulder, from floor to ceiling. You know what I mean? The cave ceiling is obviously higher than 50 feet.
So if I'm hearing correctly, there in the mirror is a Yeti that is really tall.
Here's
And
a
he's
really
shooting
tall,
ice through the mirror.
I think a Yeti is a weird description. I think more of like an ice titan, a big,
Okay.
big gollum-y man made of sheets of blue ice. And
Can I? Okay. Is he? He's currently shooting
he's
ice at
currently just kind of shot like snow at you guys and ice and debris, but he can't seem to figure out where you are exactly. So he kind of just sprayed it over here. That
He sounds. He's being aggressive towards the party. That's what I'm hearing.
right, but it seems like it was reflex. It doesn't look like I mean, a few moments pass and he just kind of like is just sort of walking around again back into a patrol pattern. Like
Yeah,
like
not
right.
Alright.
not being. So actually, Derek, when you walk in, Derek actually goes up to the mirror and lets a skeleton rat minion into the space, and is close to the mirror, so you can kind of tell that it's not anything too dangerous going on.
Okay.
So yeah, it's everything's okay, Claire. It's just I think what happened, we were making a lot of noise. I think that thing just like shot maybe a blast of cold this way, and it just happened. Some of it just happened to come through the mirror. So
Oh, you
yeah,
startled it. Okay, that's
yeah.
okay. Um,
That may be our missing person, just as a hunch. Considering everything that we've dealt with, Nick and everybody else has all been transformed monsters. So I think that might be Jonathan.
oh, well, we better,
I
well,
think that's Jonathan.
huh.
Yeah.
I
So, do we just
ugh.
should we go up and say, "Hey, Jonathan, we're your classmates, and do you want to get out of here?" Or usually they aren't they like connected to something? No, 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 not connected to something.
Yeah, there's usually like an item that is keeping
Yeah,
them
bound,
keeping them
right?
bound.
It's
Um,
probably in there.
yeah, I'm kind of thinking that we don't want to go in there yet, considering
I,
in 24 hours we have to sorry, in 24 hours we need to go meet with the Rat Queen. So um,
I mean,
and it's
that's
again only a hunch that that's Jonathan. That might just be a monster. Um, that
uh,
we might have to fight, and it may kick our butt.
I got
I
a
thought we
question. Do I
also
know?
did.
Oh, you first.
I thought we also determined that it's possible that if you go through the mirror, you may not be able to come back through it.
There seems to be like some sort of resistance. Yeah.
Well,
Can I?
I don't know if we necessarily determined that, but it
I
might be
c-
a possibility.
I
Have
can
we
try
pulled
figuring it
anything? Have we
out.
pulled anything back through? Like, didn't we
Yeah,
throw a cord through
we
there?
pulled the walkie through,
Yeah,
So
and that was
yeah.
kind of difficult.
you were able to pull things through, but only by putting like a magical barrier basically around it. So like you could run
Hmm.
cable, but you basically had to like use your magical energy to make like a buffer zone for the cable to pass through. So
Hmm.
physical
Hmm.
objects seem to just kind of get sucked like through it. So you put a physical object near it, and its ability seems to pull it towards it and then kind of yank it through to the other side, like with force, kind of just kick it out on the other end.
Do I have any
Well,
connection to the rat still? Can I
Um,
sense it?
Unfortunately, I think that is direct communication. It's not telepathy. I don't think.
Hmm.
Well, actually, hold on. Let's look at
Actually,
what
you
that
should read
actually
it.
means. So
I
let's
think.
actually look at the minion section and see what that says.
Yeah, it doesn't give you a whole lot.
Do you have a page number for that?
Uh-huh.
All right, what's the page number?
Give me a second. Minion is 40. I can
40.
find it for you too, because I have it here. Someplace. Undead minion. You can summon forth an undead minion to fight with you. They have a physical of
Wow, there
+1
really
and
isn't a
3
lot.
health.
That's
Really,
wow.
really nothing. Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
so
thanks,
so
Glitterheart.
you're
GM
I'm reading it
discretion.
completely open.
here's the thing. Anytime we have talked about the minion, Claire has had to talk to it directly, and then she loses contact, and then it comes
Mhm.
back.
Mhm.
And the only other time we've had a minion debate is when you tried to think about summoning your bone minion, but then remember you decided not to, so you didn't
Uh-huh.
actually make communication with it. So that would
Okay.
also have been an issue. So the verdict, at least in my part, is to say that you have to literally be able to talk to it.
Yeah, like within earshot. at the very
Within
least.
earshot. If you want to stick your face in there, by all means. But you have to be able to talk to it.
I'm gonna like kind of look at everybody and like, do you want me to see if I can get the rat to come back? I'd have to like put my head in there. Oh wait, hold on. I know I brought a tube. I don't think I ever put the tube
Yeah.
through. So I'm gonna like the tube in just a little bit
Okay.
and yell through the tube and say, "Hey rat, come back over here."
I assume you are. Hold on, two things.
Wait,
I
what is it?
assume
Isn't the Titan there?
he is, and I'm going to
Yep.
get to all that. So I assume you're using your magical power to create a buffer zone again, and you're sliding the
Yeah.
tube in, and then you're,
Yep.
hey, rat minion or whatever, and you yell through the tube. So
Yep.
two things happen. I'm not even going to make a roll for that. The rat minion, because it is your minion, will obviously head towards you.
Okay.
So it starts, and then you notice the head. if it could hear noises like a flashlight hitting the floor, it certainly hears a dude yelling through a tube into an open space. So it kind of like turns its head around, and luckily the rat familiar hasn't gotten very far. He's only been in there like a little bit, and he scurries up the tube as fast as he can. Okay,
I
make
pulled
a
the tube
physical
through.
check.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Is this for me or for the rat?
For you. We don't roll for NPCs and monsters, so
Yeah. That's fine. I just wanted to just ask.
they're just big bags of health stick. That's what they are.
Where did I put my dice roller?
Which, by the way, makes using their powers very weird, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey,
Come on. Sorry, my dice roller is acting funny right now.
That's fine.
Um,
I just picture it scurrying up the tube, so everybody hears that as it runs
the
up.
internet's acting funny right now. Oh, jeez. Should have gotten this pulled up earlier.
I mean, there's a couple of... Which dice roller you're using? You're using like a phone one?
Yeah. Well, I was actually going to jump onto D&D Beyond and use the dice roller there, but it's for some reason D&D Beyond all of a sudden not coming up. Okay, here
you
we go.
want someone else to roll it for you?
I got it.
Okay,
I pulled them up, and I got an 11, and you said plus
nice.
Yeah,
okay.
So that's
Okay.
just an 11.
So you yell down the tube. It scurries as fast as possible. It is not bright. It is an undead minion. Just and you pull your face away just in time as it rockets itself out the end of the tube. Because if not, your face is going to run up your mouth. Because it's going up all the accessible tunnel, which is straight ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, the rat familiar launches out behind you. The ice golem turns back to where you guys are again. I assume you pulled the tube out. I mean, that's normal reaction. Okay.
Yep.
Jonathan, are you there? I'm TV
Oh,
Rax.
yeah.
Wait. Okay, you say that, but the tube has already been removed from the mirror, and so then you can't. He wouldn't be able to hear you probably.
All right. Can I see that tube?
Yeah, sure.
Hold on.
Is the golem doing anything, or is it just looking in this direction?
Are heading in your direction. It didn't make another blast of cold. I think it's trying to make a more concerted effort to figure out where you guys are, rather than just blindly shooting out. So it looked like it kind of headed towards where the noise was this time.
Sure.
I look back at the party. I'm gonna try to talk to him and see how he reacts. He might shoot more ice at us, so just be aware. So let's see.
I'll stand there and I'll put the shield up to kind of like help to open the barrier, but also to have the shield ready to protect us.
Okay, everybody's getting ready. Okay, Claire, go ahead and speak through the tube. I just picture your voice being kind of echoey too. Okay, that'd be fun.
Yep. Hello, testing. Jonathan, are you there? Can you hear me? Give me a sign.
It literally, the only sign you get is he moves closer to the noise. Like,
you missed class.
And he's looking up from like the bottom of the cave face, kind of up where you guys are, and looking like I can't really feel a stare of intensity, but it's more like the red beats of its eyes kind of narrow and like kind of looks up. It has no mouth; it's just a big sheet of ice and red eyes.
Can I roll
tell him that we miss
ahead?
Tell him that we miss him. Sorry, what was that, Luna?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask if I could roll to give us a bonus in this scene.
Yeah. Who are you trying to give a bonus to, Claire?
No, it's everyone.
Claire.
It's every ally.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's fine. I feel like this is a dramatic scene. That is fine.
All right, cool. That's that, and then mental. Oh wow, that's a 13.
Okay.
I love 13. That's great.
So is it like a +1 ongoing for the encounter?
That every ally gets an ongoing +1.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey,
did you roll a natural 12?
I rolled a 10 and I have a +3.
Oh wow. Jeez. I was just seeing if you got a
free PowerPoint out of that.
Yeah.
Technically, Claire has the ability to generate PowerPoints, but it's a 50-50 coin flip every time. Just as a little reminder. Also another reminder. Tonight I don't have to work the early shift the next day, so I'm good. So if we have to run a little bit late, I'll be fine.
Cool.
It'll depend. It depends. I have to get up.
Yeah, I hear you.
But um, can I make like a little like I kind of make a little
Convince, I don't know.
energy kind of glow at my hand, kind of try to be like a beacon. Say, hey, right here.
You want to
You-
make like a beacon from your hand? Sure. Okay, that's not
I'm
even a
trying to
roll.
get his
You're just
attention.
generating your energy up your arm and being like blinking it. And like look, its head like stares up now. Like it was narrowed, and then it's like it stares up at where you guys are.
There you are.
Yep. It kind of looks left and looks right and starts like playing around with the plates on itself. Like the plates are like sliding and shifting, and he like one of his arms turns into something that looks like a improvised weapon on
Oh,
his
yep,
right
there it
arm,
is.
and he's kind of like he's judging distance. Like he's like swinging to try to be like, no, no, it's up to you guys. Continue.
All right, so he's not friendly. Come on.
It's more like I feel like he hasn't outright attacked you guys, but he is definitely taking his options of how to.
Well, again, I don't think he's friendly.
Probably
We
not.
think he's Jonathan, though.
He might be. I mean, we could try to bind him and see what happens.
Hmm.
I'll give it a shot. How dark is it in there? Are there any shadows?
There is like lighting. It's like cave lighting. Like like there's some natural light from like plant life in there, which gives off a faint, weird, eerie glow. And there's a flashlight that's fallen on the floor down there that's still on, and giving you a little bit more backlighting or mood lighting, as it will, to the room. As you're inspecting you're actually looking down into the cave face. You do notice there is like also a faint purple glow, maybe fog, that also fills this cavernous area.
Nice.
Very,
All right.
very thematic, atmospheric, if you will.
Can so manifest shadows is one of those things that doesn't really. It just says you can control shadows, but it doesn't really like tell you exactly what it.
Well, let me know what you're trying to do, and if it sounds
I want to. I see. I
preposterous,
want to bind him at the very least, so he doesn't just randomly like shoot like a projectile. But you know what I mean, like make shadowy like.
the problem is you're trying to reach a place that you're not in. If he was in the same space as you, then yes, sure, you could try something like that. But you would need to go through there and then try that, because the space that he exists in is far away from the physical space that you are in. It'd be like trying to control shadows via remotely, and it probably wouldn't. If it worked, it would work so poorly that it would be useless.
Okay.
So, like,
All right. I looked at the Brightest Party. What do we want to do? We have a meeting tomorrow. We can try to.
I was just looking up at you because I can't figure
Yeah, I
out
know.
deciding
I'm
what to do
keeping
with
it.
its life.
I'm keeping an eye on it just in case it actually does make the attempt to like throw something at us or shoot at us or. But do we want to deal with this now? I mean, we're gonna have to deal with it eventually.
I mean, I get that Jonathan's been missing for months now, but I guess one more day wouldn't hurt, but I don't like the idea of.
I don't like the idea either.
Yeah.
Well, let's think about it this way. If that is Jonathan, it doesn't look like he is in any pain or anything. Obviously, appearances may be deceiving. But yeah, one more day isn't that big of a deal in the grand scope of things. And we know
we
know
we
where
don't.
they are.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of timetable also that Phidias is operating on.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
could try talking to Phidias to try to get some information. He
Ah.
may or may not give it to him. Give it to
Can
me.
I just roll a glimpse of the truth here?
Sure. Just tell me what you were trying to do with it, and then go ahead.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. Yeah.
That's not my best roll, but that's not bad. Actually, that's a 10. That's a 10.
So, because not one of these topics might not exactly fit. Feel free to tell me what it is you're trying to figure out.
I'm just trying to determine if there's any clues that I have as to what maybe has happened to Jonathan and what Jonathan might look like as 004. Like, what do we have to go off of?
Uh, Jonathan appears in a way unlike the other ones do. He appears stiff, robotic, like a guard dog. Like the other ones had personality, right? They had their motives and things. It seems like his like if you leave him long enough and you will give him a minute or so, he literally resets like a bad mob in a video game. Like he just turns around and then eventually just kind of goes back into position again.
Right. So we know enough to say that someone's had time to
He's
like
been worked over in some
really,
way.
really, really warp Jonathan into 004.
Well, again, if this is Jonathan, they've been in there for a year with no other contact. Like Nick had been changed for a little while, but was doing stuff. Uh, these other people had only been changed for a little while, so they weren't completely infected, as it were. He's been in there for a year with nothing else to do but wait and 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 completely succumb to the evil that has taken him. I mean, I believe that there's probably someone in there. There's a reason to go and save them and help them, but without any other human contact, he's turned into a cold, robotic monster.
Yeah, this night
So,
that might not be a touch their hearts here.
maybe
Probably
touch
not
him with
right
like
now. We would.
touch him with some like hot cocoa.
Ooh. I think what we should do, my vote is, I want to save him, but let's deal with the things that have a timetable first. And when those things
Mhm.
have finished, we'll come back with a new ideas, probably a winter coat. And I'm all for exploring other dimensions and possibly helping someone or getting.
Mhm.
But I think the with the Rat Queen and us having to deal with her first, I think that's more important. Sorry,
Mhm.
buddy. I'm choosing
Well,
a rat over you.
and again, let's think about it from this point of view. As far as we've determined, there's the Rat Queen is the last thing that we really need to deal with
Yeah.
as far as we know. I mean, obviously something else might come up, but once we've dealt with her, this is ultimately the last thing that we need to deal with, saving this person and potentially either closing this portal off or going through it and find out what that creature is actually protecting. Maybe they're guarding the late like the tomb of Phidias's boss, and all we got to do is go in there and end it. So once we dealt with what's going on here, then we can go in there. And I think everybody kind of came to that conclusion um, last week or just a few minutes ago.
Yep. All right, then. We'll come back to this later. Any
Hmm.
other votes? I look at the other two. On the same page? Yes, no, maybe so.
I mean, I'd be down to explore some other dimensions. This one is not that great.
I think if we waited a day or two, or maybe even up to a week before we try to rescue him, I think that I don't see how that's going to harm anything. I mean,
Hmm.
we need to like really focus on the main objective, and then we can tidy up any loose ends after that. I don't want to sound callous or anything, but I mean, I do care about him, but I don't know. I just feel like this is just a distraction from what we need to be doing right now.
All right. Well,
Sure.
that's fine. Those are
I mean, I
valid
might be
feelings.
wrong. I usually
Well,
am.
well,
No,
again,
yeah, you're
we're gonna have to take everything one step at a time. She is really dangerous. She could actually do some damage to us, and if we go in there and have something go wrong, that just puts us at a weaker position to deal with her. We deal with her
Well,
first, and then we come back and we deal with this in like you said, a day or two, maybe a week.
you
Hi, Zeppo.
you hi. You putting it that way, I mean, maybe it would be in our interest to rescue him and bring him back, because then it may be another ally in our quest against her. Now, I'm just playing devil's advocate now. I don't know.
Uh, that's absolutely not what I was trying to get you to think, but I get where you're coming from.
Oh, I
Um,
that's
uh, no, I think that we need to deal with her first before we deal with him. I mean, again, yeah, having another ally, but whoever we bring out of there might be so messed up that they might not be much of an ally, and we all might
mm,
get pretty messed up. I mean, you got the crap kicked out of you when we fought that goo monster, and I don't want to see any of us get like that.
No, I don't want anyone
And if
else to get
and if
hurt.
and if we get that badly hurt and then have to go deal with her, we get 24 hours. If we had a week, that'd be one thing, but we got 24
yeah.
hours. We can't get ourselves into a fight right now and then go to deal with her, in that short period of time. That's a bad idea. So it's also
All
getting
right.
really late, and I think we all need to go to bed.
That's fair.
Okay, so
All
it
right.
seems like the party has generally decided that we're just gonna close what's left of this bathroom because some of the stalls and stuff have been destroyed, and kind of just go back out into the hall and be like, we'll deal with this later.
Mhm.
That's what it seems like.
I feel bad for the janitor in the morning.
Look, that's the least of the problems. Like the staff is just gonna be all a problem tomorrow, but that's not your problem.
No, it isn't. That actually isn't something a high schooler would think about.
Okay. So if everybody is good, I can just say everyone's going to go home and rest, and then the next morning you guys can go back to school, and we could go through the rotation of classes and stuff, and then we will deal with the encounter that night. Though feel free again if there's something that you want to do or say something tonight, feel free. But I just wanted to, that's my part there.
Derek is gonna walk out, like he's gonna walk out last, and he's gonna click it. He's gonna snap his fingers, and he's going to summon some yellow caution tape into his hand, and he's gonna put up
Did you roll for
caution
that
tape.
caution tape?
Yep, I will. You need me
Okay.
to?
All right.
One day it's gonna fail on the last session.
I told you
Watch
it.
I don't run.
And
I'm not running damage on you. I'm running catastrophe on you. That's all I'm doing.
The last fight.
Yeah,
It's
you're gonna
just
use
be
wish.
me. All I'm doing is using wish, because at some point it's all just gonna go wrong.
The world's gonna punch back,
I'm
and
gonna
it's gonna.
The
I'm gonna
universe
grab
explodes for
I'm
your
gonna
pleasure.
grab the end boss. I'm gonna make a wish. I'm gonna roll a
It's
double
something.
one,
Universe.
and that me and that end boss are done. And you guys are gonna be like, "Oh man." Anyway,
Claire, you would make
rolled-
Claire sad. Claire would be very sad.
I got a 10 on that,
You're fine.
so I actually get a bunch of stuff. But yeah, so some yellow caution tape wrapped around the door so that nobody goes in there and finds the horrible mess and sees and potentially looks through and sees the golem, ice golem in the mirror.
You realize that
yeah.
this mirror only seems to react to magic. I mean, this is not a
Mm-hmm.
really. It's not why it's not an intelligence roll. You've noticed that this bathroom has been like that, where you could see into the ultra dimension as a normal person. It would have been noticed a lot more. So it seems like
yeah, I know.
people that are
Yeah.
reactive to magic, people that have magical abilities, can see through that mirror. But
Mhm.
normal people don't seem to notice the weird extra dimensional place. So,
Sure, but
ergo,
again, the
something
room
about
the room
Jonathan.
is destroyed.
Okay.
Then
Something about Jonathan triggered the mirror and he fell through. That is a thought
Mhm.
that you can percolate, I guess.
in that case, I have something I might do later on. But yeah, I think probably maybe go home.
Okay. If that's the case, anybody else have any other actions for the night besides taping up the bathroom with caution tape?
Um,
Just
I
gonna be
guess
thinking about my alternate universe self that is a
Going
kind of
to
a jock.
going to a sports meetup probably tomorrow. Yeah.
I'm gonna actually. I don't think this entire plan with the super rat's gonna work. So, I mean, I could try. Mm, Claire's considering actually keeping it as a pet.
Keeping Rat Queen as your pet?
No,
Or
remember the
oh, you're familiar.
Yeah,
yes,
the Alpha Chad. Yeah.
the alpha Chad rat.
Oh yes, I see. I remember now. Yeah, your Alpha Chad rat, who does have a name. It's in my notes.
His name is Gabigan, the buff
Gabigan.
muscular alpha rat.
The muscular Alpha Rat. His title gets longer by the day.
He keeps adding more words to the end.
Muscular Alpha Rat. Oh lord. All right, that's fine. And also in my notes is the guard's name was Hugh, and Chip Walters was the guy you stole the walkie-talkie from. Anyway. All right. That's good. All right, so everybody can just kind of head home. You think about that sort of thing, Eddie. Though you'll never know unless you go back over to the other side, which I don't know. That's up to you, man. I just have the door there.
You know what? Like, if all of this adventure path goes down and
Just
that
evacuate.
that locker is still open, I might be hanging out in an alternate universe.
Your universe collapses, but I made it out.
No, I went to school. It just wasn't this school.
The new transfer student.
Oh, cue next game. Everyone makes a new character in the
Oh my
alternate
God.
universe.
Okay, that's fine. Everybody can just go home if we're cool with that. We'll do the scene wipe, and everybody can get up the next day.
Yep.
Okay. It's morning. All right. Any big tasks? We'll go down the line. Dean, any morning tasks?
What day is it?
It is Friday morning, around, I don't know, 6 o'clock. Friday morning.
I think Dean, before he starts his morning rituals, like goes around the house, make sure everything is as usual. He looks out the windows, paranoid, making sure like there's nothing outside. And if he feels comfortable, if he doesn't see anything unusual, then he's gonna start getting ready for school.
Okay. Roll 2d6 and your magic stat.
Okay. A second. Okay. 3.
Okay. There's definitely suspicious. That mailman, he's looking at the house. He's staring it down. And then he just goes and he delivers your mail, but he's probably one of them. And then he kind of wanders off to the next house, which he's obviously observing also.
I've run out at him. What do you
In your PJ?
Yeah, I'm in my PJs.
Okay.
I had the forethought to put my slippers on. What are you doing? Why are you delivering mail at 6 a.m? Who are you?
It is kind of early for a mailman, but that's fine. I'm just doing my job. What the hell's wrong with you?
You're not doing your job. Who are you working for?
The post office.
No, you're not. You don't work for the post office. And I'm kind of like pushing and pulling at him and like trying to
eventually
open up his bag to like find like this like surplus of
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, magical items.
I think assaulting a mailman is a crime, but Lucky just thinks you're nuts.
Dude, it's 6 a.m. Get out of here.
Eventually, one of the residents of the house you're now in front of comes out and is like, "What are you doing?" I was expecting a package. Just attacking the mailman, and eventually the mailman just kind of he just looks at his watch and he's like, "Nah, shit." He just starts getting his stuff back together because you're probably distracted when someone comes marching out of the other house, and he's like, just gets his stuff together and he just flees. Hey,
I've got your face burned in my brain. You're not going anywhere, buddy.
Do you want to steal like I don't know, like 2d6 worth of mail? That's up to you. Kind of like flew out of his bag.
No, I'm not interested in the mail
All right, if you say so.
unless I mean, why would he have
I know it's a
written?
crime. I'm aware.
That's a federal offense.
It's definitely
Yeah,
a federal
well,
offense.
luckily for Dean, he doesn't work for the post office. I inspect the. Did he drop mail?
Well, you were going through his bag, so mail just kind of exploded.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't open it, but I do inspect it to see it. Like, does it actually look like mail or?
It is actual mail.
Yeah, he just I just drop it on the ground and I head back towards my into my house and I watch him walk or run away or whatever. But I don't trust him. I mean, that was I mean, it's not the holiday season. Mail
Oh,
people don't work at 6 in the morning.
with a three, that is exactly a great response. He's obviously in on it and just runs out. Okay, yeah, that's a little odd, but you go back inside. Now, okay, so you let the mail just sit there on the corner, and then eventually someone will come and sweep it up, or like they'll get back to him. Um,
Magically return to him, of
well,
course.
no, probably one of the people in front of the house he just got accosted in will probably send it back to him or something. Uh, anyway, all right, so and then you do your morning stuff, I assume, after
Yeah.
accosting a mailman.
Yeah, because what is the plan? What is the plan? I mean, it's not like we're gonna skip school today. We're going to school, or what
I
time is
think
this
it's
meeting
going to
with
school.
the Rat Queen?
Midnight.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna have to like, you know, go to school. Otherwise, the police are gonna be notified and
I think the
come.
police might already be notified, but it would probably be a minor
Well,
offense
yeah, but they'll side with me. This is highly suspicious behavior.
from someone. Yeah. All right. So that
I go inside to get ready for school, but I kind of like skip a lot of the morning rituals and just put clothes on. I don't brush my hair.
son, is there something wrong? Uh, they're like looking at a little bit. Uh, it just looks like you looks like rushing through your breakfast after like basically jumping on a mailman. Like, all right. They tried to nervously, like, just kind of like not really approach the subject fully, but they're like, maybe it's a teenage thing, like okay, and they let you kind of leave if you feel free to leave. uh,
Mom, if you don't understand, I'm gonna suspect that you might be one of them.
huh? Have you been staying up watching movies all night? Is that what this is? Is that you're watching movies, right? Like you do that. You watch a lot of horror films. With Stephen King's It has been out for like there's been things already out about like body snatching and body replacing. So they think you've been watching horror movies all night and now you're like on edge. Okay, well have a
Well,
nice
by
day
this
at
point,
school.
the It
Here's your
mini series had
bag.
already come out.
Yeah, a lot of like a lot of 80s, and early 90s horror movies that are along those lines. So that's fine. They give you your bag and nervously kind of usher you out the door so you don't start another problem.
When did the Faculty come out?
God, I don't remember. Unfortunately, I'm not as big a movie buff as I claim to be, so I don't
That's
know.
98. Never mind.
Okay, so that's your morning, right? I assume.
Yep, my
Okay.
crazy morning.
Okay. Moving down the line because it keeps shifting. We're gonna go to Eddie's morning.
Sorry. Can you give me like a recap about what we know about the guidance counselor? Because I think I've already rolled a.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know that you did.
The guidance counselor is, of course, the humanoid form of the Rat Queen. She works her job basically as you would expect as a normal guidance counselor, except that she seems to mark students who are particularly troublesome, and then gives guidance to them, basically whisking them magically in a magical way or wish into these things that you have been fighting.
Yeah. Okay. Is there like any sort of protection or something? Because I imagine I want to be as prepared as possible.
She seemed to regenerate from normal damage. So her being bitten and scarred and things, she could regenerate that. She basically forms, it looked like pustules on her face, and then those scab over, and then she heals.
Ew.
Yeah, gross.
Yep.
She's a rat. She's a disgusting rat monster. But it is kind of even freakier when to think of it as an old lady and you watch her get like chewed up and then it's like and her face is back again.
Yeah. So as there's like nothing I can bring with me.
You don't know. You've seen movies. You assume, I don't know, put her in a vat of acid, right? Or burning, lighting her on fire, maybe? I don't know.
Right. That's fair.
But
yeah.
as for specifics, we haven't run a full gamut of testing to see what would stop that.
Mostly I just wanted to know more about the guidance counselor. Like do I know about her?
Okay, let's do a separate roll for that. Let's do a separate.
I'll roll another. I know what you did roll because that's
Sure.
mostly what that's for.
Yeah, that's fine.
I assume that I've been to the guidance counselor before.
Yeah, everybody generally went there as a student at least once during entrance. So you like visited her and had a conversation.
Yeah, that's it's okay. That's an 8.
Okay. I'll give you a paragraph I wrote about her. Miss Jenkins is not a pretty old lady. Her hunched old body and small black eyes seem almost wrong. Her face is too angular. Her wired rimmed glasses rest unsteadily on her sharp, pointed nose. She wears very conservative clothing, an old white sweater which seems a little big on her. Her hair is a mix of black and white tied back into a single ponytail. She has a small belly and has been known to snack while on the job. She's given decent advice from time to time, but mostly about relationships, and seems unhelpful at giving people the correct direction in career paths. So anytime you've had a conversation with this lady, she seems to be okay with human interaction, like she can understand relationships between people, like someone who's been around a lot. But like when you ask about like what job prospects you should go into, she doesn't seem to be as good at it. So like if like someone doing like a bad impression of what somebody should do, she doesn't understand really how to give people a correct career path, but she can tell you like people who've come to her with relationship advice, she kind of can work her way around it,
Interesting.
Right. As far as she in her own way is weirdly charming. What I mean is she is the little old lady charming. Like, like, oh, dearie me, like that sort-ofness to her. Whether or not that's her true identity, probably not. What other specifics would you like to know?
Yeah. Mostly I just wanted to know if she was like off-putting to Eddie specifically, who would probably specifically be asking career questions, so probably was off-putting.
Oh yeah, probably was off-putting because you would be asking like what schools were good for my education and things like that, and it seems that she would be puzzled and she would have to like open up a guide and look at that.
Right.
And
I'm
then,
I want to like explore more about electronics. Is there some place I could do that?
Sure, and this technical college, and later on go to and looks on like you can hear the computer booting noises, right? Like like she's looking it up on the fly. But maybe it was just because she's old. She's an old lady.
Yeah,
What does she
yeah.
know about computers and stuff like that?
All right, yeah. So, yeah, still probably weird to think of her as the Rat Queen, but
It probably is. But now that you think about it, she does have some weird features that you were kind of glossing over because she was a little old lady.
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the morning. I pack my Mark II version of that suit,
Sure.
like glove arm thing.
Power gloves and
Yep.
chest plate.
Power gloves.
Yep.
And grab some orange juice, and probably look apprehensive like at the table. I'm eating my breakfast and I'm just like I keep staring out the window.
Everybody's getting paranoid about their day, but you're not
Yeah.
looking. You're not looking for something. You're like literally just sort of like just kind of glance out the window,
Thinking
having
about
my breakfast.
that, like
Okay.
thinking about the guidance counselor and just like eating my cereal, like it's like kind of just like drooping down my face and I'm just looking out the window like
Okay, Fair. You guys have had some PTSD recently, so that's fine. And then you just sort of head off, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't even know. I don't like magically transform or zoom to school or anything because I want to enjoy my walk.
Sure. You need the walk right now.
Yeah. I need the time to like process things as I go.
Okay. Let's see. We'll go to Derek next. Derek, what's your morning like?
Hello.
Hello.
So Derek, actually, I kind of want to do something last night, but I guess I can do it this morning.
Well, I mean, if it's brief enough, you can tell me what you did.
I basically wanted to contact Toby,
Okay.
and
That's basically a
ask.
coin flip. If you do that.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So no
I'm trying to remember.
bonuses.
I'm trying to remember what it was I was actually going to ask him. It came to my mind and then it went away. But
Well, Toby was. This is again not even like rocket science. This is things that have been discussed. Toby is a fragment of the thing that fought of the person that fought Phineas. So you might have some irrelevant information. As for what you're going to ask him, I don't know. I have no idea.
Heads or tails? I have a coin here.
I mean,
well, it's not that. I still
Is it a literal coin flip or?
It's pretty much 50-50. Like,
Oh,
but
you roll 2d6, and the same rules apply. Like a 7 and above is okay, a 10 and above is good, and then an 11 or 12.
The joke is you get no modifiers at all. It is literally just rolling it. That's why I jokingly call it.
Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, you don't get
coin ready.
No, actually, Claire's is literally a coin flip, I think, or like a D2 or something. Like, you know what I mean?
So I think that the original thought was to ask him about this kid or about this area and see what he knows about what's there and who this golem, if this golem is actually, could actually be Jonathan, or if this golem has always been there. Like I'm wondering if he might know what this area is.
So you roll it first, and then because he might just show up and be a screaming idiot. He's done that before.
Yeah, he's done that to me a couple of times. Usually doesn't go well. And so I'm not adding anything to this.
Yeah, you can't.
So that's a 10.
Okay.
Boy.
Summon him. What? Oh my God! It's been weeks since I've had to do this. Give me a second. I have to look it up real quick. Sorry.
What is it going to be?
Yup. That is exactly the problem. Hold on. Man, it has been.
So I was actually going to say that because I'm in my room, he's just like a dirty pair of like a dirty article of clothing.
He doesn't follow the normal of. Like, he'll show up as some random thing, and obviously, if it doesn't make sense, then I'll just get rid of it.
Well, again, anything can not make sense.
Okay, sure. This time was actually pretty close to what he normally shows up as, except it says a book of jokes, like really bad puns and stuff, and like like dad jokes. Like he's but it still has the eyes and the mouth. So it summons pretty close to what he normally looks like.
Okay. Oh, hey Toby.
Hey, he looks up at you. His eyes wide.
Yeah. So we went into one of the bathrooms at the school last night, and we've known that it's been there for a while, but there's a mirror in the bathroom that apparently leads to an alternate dimension or another universe or something.
Not great.
No, not great. I don't know if you know where I'm talking about. And
what did it look like?
Do I have the ability to project into Toby's mind?
Hold on. You can read each other's thoughts. No, you could transmit. We're having you transmit the whole time, and he is part of that link because you are using him to talk to everybody else. So yes, I'll give that as a okay.
Yeah, so, you saw it. It was this place here.
Now you're. Well, he wasn't there at the time, but you're transmitting it to him as an entity. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like reminding him.
Oh, that's a bad place. You don't want to go there.
have you been there?
Like the book shudders on like the table, and like yes, once.
What's there?
That
Is there usually like a giant ice golem there?
No, there was no ice golem. And it looks like if you can look somber, it's very hard to picture it, but it like looks like sad almost. He goes, "There was no ice golem the time I was there. That is the entrance to Phidias's home."
Yeah, that's kind of what we thought. Yeah, we think that one of the kids who's missing is that ice golem, and he's
He's been with
protecting the
Phidias.
entrance.
That is very
Ooh,
bad
I
in
think
looking
he's
bad
been
again.
yeah, I think he's there. He's being used to protect the entrance because Phidias probably knew that something like our group was going to rise up at some point. So I think he kind of like had a protection plan set up. But that kid's been there for like a year by himself. So we're kind of worried about him. But yeah. So that's where we have to go eventually, I think, to finally defeat Phidias.
You're the book will like get wide eyed. You're gonna, he was there for that previous conversation, so he'll
Hmm.
be like, he'll look at you. If you go there, you must be ready. And he means that.
Yeah,
It seems like he means that in every possible way.
yeah. Again, that's we kind of assumed that was at least that's I kind of assumed that was the gateway to the worst end of all of this. Um,
Phidias, Phidias is may appear to be. It will try to phrase it in a way because remember, it's sort of you've noticed that Toby talks almost like a little kid because it's like a
mhm,
fragment of this guy's mind.
mhm.
Phidias is dangerous, but he is also in, bright in his insanity.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we've dealt with him, and he's not easy to deal with. Um, and we're doing our best to pick him apart and pick apart his network. We're actually supposed to be meeting with the Rat Queen later today.
It doesn't seem like you get any reaction from Toby when you mention the Rat Queen.
Do you not know her?
The book, if kind of book shrug, it kind of just bounces on the counter.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well,
Bounce once, no.
that makes sense. But I mean, and that tracks because this must be like a fairly new entity that Phidias has employed, and obviously the book
I
wouldn't
have heard
know.
of the rat things or ratkin that
Uh-huh.
they were around when I was.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have a queen now, and she's not she's not much fun either. From what it seems like, she has the ability to heal herself. So, if you have any suggestion on what we could do about that,
His
that would be helpful.
he gets like a toothy grin, like his
Uh-huh.
mouth of the thing goes up and his eyes go a little wide.
Uh-huh.
Burn all of them. They are evil.
Yeah, no, fire definitely helps. I'm wondering if my ability to drain energy might be useful in this way to stop her from being able to regenerate.
He wouldn't know. Like it's not an energy. It's not a thing that he did.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it just sort of like gives again just bounces on the counter once. you know. Mm.
yeah. That's understandable. All right. Well, anyway, yeah. Thanks. Thanks for clarifying. That's definitely where Phidias resides.
No, know that he definitely. You may think that you know his plan. He might have three, and then the book poofs out of existence.
Awesome. So because I rolled a 10 on that,
Yeah.
and I feel like I would kind of be transmitting this to everyone, even though I
Sure.
wouldn't let.
This could have been why everyone was paranoid the next morning, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fair. you know.
So with a 10 plus, Their advice is solid, and everyone gains one hold. This can be spent at any point to add a +1 to a roll.
So, more specifically, if you encounter Phidias, you have a +1 against him because you guys are like, no, no, we know he's evil. We know there's something wrong with this guy.
Will that last
It is
somewhat indefinitely right now?
It
I mean, not
is,
indefinitely.
think of
but...
it as it is stored away. You have information that you have learned about him, and you put it in your pocket. And then when that comes up, you'll have that +1. Just note it on your sheet somewhere that when that situation comes up, you'll have a +1. And this goes for any encounter with
Phidias only. Yeah.
Yeah. Directly. Cool. Okay, so that is the advice, and now it is your morning.
I would just at that point I would just get up and make sure that I have all the things I need for the day, the stuff that I worked on last night for the paper, and kind of reach out to Claire and be like, hey Claire, I'm heading to school. You want to meet up on the way?
And then Claire wakes up. It's just be funny around that time. That's good. I haven't gotten to Claire yet, so. So we'll go to Claire because this is a conversation between the two of you, unless you've just woken them up, which would be funny too, as well.
What is Derek? No, don't do. Wait. Derek, are you listening?
Hey Claire.
Hey.
I'm just getting ready to leave. You want to meet up on the way? We can go to school together.
Absolutely. I love hanging out, walking with you. Yes.
Cool. I'll give you a few minutes and then I'll head out. If you got stuff you need to do.
Yeah. I just need to get myself together and ready. I'll meet you there.
Cool. All right. Talk to you soon.
Hey, talk to you soon. Bye. As soon as he Claire make sure it's shut off.
Yeah, shut off.
Oh my god! I hope he didn't hear anything. Okay. I guess I get up.
Okay.
I stare at my rat friend.
Morning. Oh, but you can't understand what it says.
I wish. I say good morning. I imagine he can
squeak.
He's a.
I mean, you look at him, and he makes a motion like morning. He doesn't understand what you're saying, but he.
I give him a little wave. Actually, there's something that she wanted to do. She's actually going to summon her spider friend who is married into the rat clan thing.
Okay, so you're calling it back.
Yep.
Okay, we said they can't communicate directly. But calling the summon to you is just basically ringing the doorbell and like telling it to come back. It's not really like you're not giving him a conversation. You're going
I'm summoning him back for a moment.
Yeah, all right.
How long is that going to take?
I mean, you don't know how far away or where it is right now, or if it's asleep or whatever. Roll magic again, 2d6, and see if it's even awake or anywhere nearby.
That is a 8.
Okay. You sense that it will take definitely a few minutes. Like you'll have to be halfway into your breakfast, and it'll probably show up.
Okay. So if that's the case, I get myself together. I get myself cleaned up. Is everyone else getting ready too in the house, or?
Yeah, I mean, your sister has gotten up already. She's an earlier riser and is wandering around the house and getting ready as well.
I'm gonna give away good morning.
Oh,
I start.
She's always been kind of like impish. She goes, "Oh, long night."
Yeah, you know.
Saw you crawl in yesterday.
Yep. So this is a long night of studying. Ugh. Claire's not a morning person. She looks like the dead.
She'll make like a wake noise. Yeah, because she saw you coming at like midnight. It was like 11 o'clock.
Don't say anything to Mom.
Oh, I would not do that. You know me.
I get my coffee. She drinks black coffee. And She gets her cereal out. Unlucky Charms.
She pulls out tricks and just pours it out into the thing. You see her do something that normal people, you're used to it, but normal people would be kind of weirded out. She scoops the tricks into a cup full of milk and like, well, I don't want them to get soggy, and she just starts eating it out of the cup and like putting more into the cup and then eat.
This is normal. All right. I eat my breakfast, waiting to see whenever my spider friend will show up.
All right. About halfway through breakfast, you hear a scuttling noise on the floor, and something runs up your leg. And then kind of,
Fine.
do you let it run up to you, or do you kind of like keep it under the table?
I have him. I kind of. How big is he?
The spider friend. Palms. You know, it's a spider, but it's like a big spider, like tarantula size, like fist size.
I look around. No one else is watching, right?
No, of course. Your parents are just turned away in like anime-ish fashion, kind of like looking at whatever, and your sister is the only one who would probably see it. So she's just like pouring more
She already knows
and
where
then
things
stirring it
happen.
around and then just eating the. All right.
Hey, hey. I just wanted to check in on you. How's everything going up in the Rat Queen's area?
Good. She had us getting ready for a tea party or something.
All of
She
you
had us.
guys?
Yeah. We were told that we gotta get this thing together, and we get this party ready for you guys to show up.
Is there
Especially you.
Oh, fun. Is there any special? I don't like surprises. Is there any like special party favors or tricks that she's gonna have, or
Seems like she's just getting her usual brew together for the tea party, and she told us to find the nicest lawn furniture we could find, and drag it drag it through the sewers.
hey man, okay. So is it the whole clan going, like the whole
Oh yeah,
forces?
it's gonna be a to do. They said they're all going.
All of them. Is this normal when she goes out to meet people?
Well, she doesn't meet many people. It'll make I don't know if we could catch emotion. It kind of like
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, but this is definitely a special occasion.
All right. All right. So she's like, does she seem
My
happy
wife
about
didn't.
this meeting, or?
We'll go on a little bit about it. Oh, it's his wife had to. Wife is like getting ready for it and rolling in mud and working, doing this. Sorry, what was it you were asking? He'll look
Oh,
back at.
I was asking him, does she seem pretty happy, high spirits about this, or is she a little
Oh
grumbly
no,
about it?
Oh, the rat queen or my wife? My wife is very high spirits.
Oh, that's good. You're a good husband.
A bow, if it. Can...
I asked about the Rock Queen specifically.
Oh, okay. The rat queen seems entertained. She seems in a good mood.
That's good. Oh, do you know what makes her unhappy? Just quick question.
I haven't known her very long. My wife has. You see, well, he can't tell that he's talking. Are you when you talk to your familiar? I assume you're literally talking to it, right? Like you're
She's
literally like.
whispering. Yep.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
have telepathy.
And that's it. She just sort of sees it like bow and do weird. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no, I'm not hiding
No,
it
I
from
just want
her.
it. No, that's fine. So you ask it what makes his wife happy? Oh, sorry, I missed what you said there. What was the last thing you said?
I said, do you know what makes her unhappy or what gets her
Oh,
upset or,
the rat queen.
yeah,
Well, we haven't
things
known her
not to
very
say.
long. But she just likes to do her own thing. She, uh, likes to gorge herself in her work.
That makes sense. She's not going to planning on gorging us, right?
I don't think you're on the menu. Um, they at least as far as I know. However, I'm sure she will be engaged in the normal things she's engaged with during the day. I mean, during the night. Night.
All right. Just one more thing. I don't know how this is going to go. keep this to yourself. I would like for you and your wife and all of your and how many children do you have?
Starts doing, he, like, lifts one little leg and then lifts another leg, and he stands on like 3 of his legs, and so 5 legs go up.
All right. I'm going to ask you if you can convince your wife and all of your children to just find an excuse not to go today, just in case things.
The third one that'll be unfortunate because I think he's supposed to guide you to see her.
All right, then I'll keep him safe. I'm not saying that this is going to go
But
poorly.
it'll be great because you get to see him, so that'll be interesting.
I'm excited to meet your son, daughter. Do you know what
Son.
name? Son. What's your son's name?
Oh boy. Because they're rats and spiders and stuff, I'm gonna say third. So
Number
third.
3.
Number 3 is the third child. Third.
All right. Well,
30ian.
30ian. I'm looking forward to
30ian.
meeting 30ian. I just say I want things. I would like for this to end peaceful. I would like for her, but just knowing my friends and just in case things go south, because if she attacks, if for whatever reason something bad happens, and so I don't want you and your family in the crossfire. Just saying.
It'll doesn't want to be in the crossfire either. So you understand.
So maybe take this as a just take your wife out, go on a vacation, come to my house and hide in my room or something for a little bit until things. I have another rat friend that you guys maybe can meet. So that's all. I just want to
Okay. It understands.
I'd hate to see
in
you
its limited way what you're trying to tell him, and
stay safe.
He will skitter. But since you called him kind of in the middle of the day, he'll kind of like skitter off and do off what he's going to do. But I assume you're just like, okay, here's the advice, and then he kind of takes off.
I go back to eating.
She finishes her cereal.
Any
like
weird
wide-eyed.
looks or?
Yeah, a little wide eye that you were whispering to a giant tarantula on your arm.
He's my buddy.
Oh, all right.
He's married.
Don't tell mom and dad about the pet, I'm guessing.
Yes. Don't. Please don't. I see mom's much. Mom, it could have been a snake, okay? It isn't a snake.
All right. Well, you're going to owe me, though.
All right. You can call in a favor later, okay?
Oh, don't worry. So she'll finish getting ready. All right. And what are you doing after that? You're just gonna finish getting ready, or
she eats. It's like, oh, leaving. I'm gonna walk to school today.
Okay. So you have noticed that you walk to school, but your sister gets dropped off, and I think that's been mentioned a couple of times vaguely.
Yes.
Is that she gets a ride from her mother? She doesn't seem to care about the stigma of being dropped off. They just don't want to walk. I don't feel like.
Hey man, if it works,
she just gets dropped off. But all right. So obviously your parents were getting ready in the background. At least your mother was, and you can start walking. And
I leave.
Derek,
I leave my rat friend at my house. I don't think I want to see. I don't want him getting caught in the crossfire either.
Sure. You give him like a box of Cheetos or something to munch on, and you wander out.
I do some research on actually learning how to take care of a pet, but I'll do that later.
Okay. And so if we're gonna have Claire meet up with Derek, that means the only person left is Alex, and then we'll do the school day thing. So Alex, Amos, what are you up to?
Yeah. So I was sorry, I've actually been sick last week, so
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, my voice has been kind of fucked as well. Well, so I expect Amos as somebody who rises pretty early. I mean, he's on that grind set, So I will get up pretty early, read the encyclopedia because all this knowledge
So smart, right? Gotcha.
doesn't just magically happen. even though this is a magical world. Um, I will also check the newspaper and the local paper and the TV, which I assume my stepfather would have on in the
Yep.
morning.
Yeah, he's got that good old Fox News on in the background. It's
Yes.
great.
But what I'm looking for is the local news to see if there's
There is local news still.
yeah, to see if there's anything going on.
Definite lot of crime. Ton of crime, as usual.
Uh, I see. Anything anything that catches my eye?
Local vandals attack the school, destroying one bathroom and scaring 2 security guards. However, the descriptions are as follows: it says on the bottom, unreliable descriptions of the perpetrators, or something like that. It doesn't seem to have any details. It just says that some persons went into the school and vandalized one of the bathrooms.
Oh, I will make a comment saying, well, there goes our yearly budget. I'm gonna blow right through that.
Sounds good. You submit a comment.
Well, as I'm watching the TV to my dad, or stepfather.
Yeah.
So it's a long way from being the dad.
And yeah, he just says something like those fucking kids, like probably breaking stuff again. It's just like smokes. Why do I picture he smokes? Apparently he's like, yeah, he's fucking kids.
Yeah. The school is full of idiots.
In a weird way, he goes, "I'm just glad you're not one of those kids." You know,
Oh,
we
well,
raised you right.
yeah, that's very touching. Anything in the paper?
Oh, let's see. Newspaper articles. Let me think about anything that would be valid rather than just random news. Mm, mm.
I don't know if this is a glimpse of the truth kind of thing, but
Yeah, you can try to do a glimpse of the truth. That makes sense. I'm just making sure that in my head I'm thinking about what is a valid news article for this.
well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's anything that perhaps we are not aware of that might have been reported or something that we were potentially not involved with.
Right. We'll roll the glimpse of truth, and we'll see how that goes, and then we'll figure it out from there.
All right. I got a 7 plus my big brain of 2, so I got a 9.
Okay. Glimpse the truth of 9. Then we'll hold 1. Okay, and ask what has happened recently, what's about to happen. So let's use the actual glimpse of truth rules here. What out of this newspaper, what happened here recently? What's it? So let's go with either like one of those first 3 questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me open the
Yeah.
the reference sheet because I always close it to save some space. Bless you. I think that was a sneeze. I'm not sure.
No, it was a sneeze off camera. That's correct.
All right. Yes. I guess what has since I'm looking at a paper,
Yeah.
it's hard to. I would imagine it's.
You can also see what is about to happen is still valid because it's a newspaper, so they report about events.
I could extrapolate out of like an article or something.
Right.
All right. Well, what do I see anything that I could extrapolate that what is about to happen?
Sure. You see a smaller article as you dig through the newspaper. Because of your big brain, though, you focused on it, and it says Halloween dance preparations are going as planned, and the students are very excited.
Halloween dance.
Yeah, the school's gonna have a Halloween dance. God, why wouldn't it have a Halloween dance?
Huh. Well, I'm not a dance kind of person, so I probably would not
Yeah,
have.
that's one of the other things. You're not a very social person in that way, so you probably weren't getting all, oh, what am I gonna do at the Halloween dance?
I wasn't really planning on going, but well, so so seeing this article
Yep.
is about to happen. Do I see anything? Is there something nefarious about this, or is this just
Not
like,
on the surface. It just seems like the students are doing fundraising and getting ready and you know what I mean. Like it's one of these general fluff pieces about how there's going to be the Halloween dance at the high school, and since this is a slow news day, they've kind of put it in there.
where is the day? Is it going to be at the school? I
Yeah, of
assume.
course. The school
Okay.
at the new auditorium, the annex.
The annex. Our taxpayer dollars at work.
Well, that was the gymnasium where they had the earlier meeting in like episode 1. Like that was that same space. They're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
just
just
kick it
saying,
out.
gymnasiums are kind of a waste of money. Uh, that's not a hard science at all. Um, well, okay, so I will. Today is the day we're meeting the Rat Queen, right?
Yep.
I will especially focus on trying to learn about rats. Everything I can learn everything I can about rats, including things they like, don't like, how to raise them, how to kill them, um historical
Sure.
incidents of a king rat. No, what is that? Like the tail thing?
Oh, like any like rat lore mythology.
Well, the rat king, which is like when the rats all like tangle up their tails and become like a big giant
Oh, like
ball.
a rat mass. I've heard about that. Where
Yeah,
they turn
yeah,
into
yeah, yeah.
like a ball of rats.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. So I will learn about all of these things if
sure.
I can.
We'll put that as a +1 ongoing if you want against the rat queen. But basically, that means your morning is eating and literally putting books in front of your face, and then like walking, like with like a smaller book so that you don't like trip on it. You know what I mean? Like so you
Yes,
don't
of
trip
course.
on the way there. So you're
Like I said,
basically your entire morning is eating breakfast and staring at books about rats. That is your entire day. you
I
know,
mean, yes. I'm on that rat grind set.
you're on the rat lore grind.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That seems perfectly valid for your character. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it, but basically it absorbs your time. You're basically taking the time to learn about rats.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Because you can't really fail if you have a box of textbooks about the information right there. So it's like I'm just gonna pull out another book and look at it. So, all right.
Yep. So, like I said, I would get up early to do all this. So,
Yep.
yep. And I guess I will head to school
All right.
and I will grab if I can find a passage about how to raise rats.
Are you wearing your just one last question before you leave your house? Are you wearing your weird elven circlet thing? That's the best way to describe it.
I will
Is the
certainly I certainly would take it with me. Like obviously if it's not on me, it's in my pocket.
Okay,
Uh,
but what I need to know is, are you like wearing your accessory, or you just kind of put it in your bag?
I'm not wearing it in the house.
No, okay. So but it is in your bag. It's in your possession when you leave the
Yes,
house.
yes, yes. And I will also check in the garage and see if I can find some rat poison
Okay, that is going to
and
be kind of a luck roll, but it's
and
not
or
unlikely. Just a luck roll, basically.
basically rat extermination devices.
Okay, just roll me your magic stat, which is what we use for luck, with 2d6, and hopefully you'll find some stuff.
I
Or
got an 11.
okay, that's fine. That's more than enough for finding things. You live out in mobile homes in the woods. Yeah, there's gonna be stuff in there. So you
Yep,
go ahead and you can grab what you need
yep. And I will like I said, I will also
and put it in your book bag, which is not
in the
awkward at all.
backpack like the books that I'm studying, Shirley would have a passage about like how to train and how to take care of rats. I will rip out the page and take it with me
All right.
as you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
rats are terrifying. I explained to them how bad rats are. They could chew through metal, literal
Oh
metal,
yeah, concrete. Yep, yeah.
under
I've also
be
I,
underwater for a day. Like they're not good, and that's not even them being magical. you know.
but I was specifically I see Eddie posted the Rat Kings. Yeah, that's like I think real but sort of mythological thing, but I think it is
So
actually.
their tails can be intertwined because it can get sticky like sap or something, and they're just a big mass of rats that are
Yep,
all tangled up.
yep. I think they
Very
found a
unpretty. And
fossil.
sometimes a rat king it was a sort of shorthand for a crossroads in a really like urban city.
Oh, I did not even know that.
It's another use of the term.
Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. I did not know that. I've always referred to rat kings as like the mass of like rats who had their tangles intertwined.
Yeah, when a bunch of alleyways come together, sometimes it's called a
Yeah,
rat
yeah.
king.
No, I can see that. That's an interesting term. Cool. Well, anyway, so I have studied about rats. I have taken some rat killing devices and machines and
Put
traps
in your
and
bag. Yeah.
poison, and
Okay.
also a passage about the how to take care of rats and how to train them, and also my circlet and
Your bag is nearly full with other stuff other than books. Like you have all this shit in your bag now. But
well,
that's fine.
that's why I ripped out the page. It's just a
Okay.
page, and
Yeah.
then I mean, obviously, I don't take the entire fucking hardware store with me, but
Right, I know. I'm just picturing your bag
yeah,
like
yeah,
Resident Evil, and you filled out like 80% of the boxes with
yeah,
like
yeah.
rat killing equipment and like 20% of books.
I won't bring my bat with nails
Okay.
going through it
You're-
with me, but
It won't fit in there
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
So,
yeah. But we'll manage somehow else. Anyway,
well,
so and I head to school.
okay. And then everybody's at school, though we'll have a slight diversion to Derek and Claire meeting up, and then we'll probably go to the school. So Derek and Claire can do their morning scene.
Derek, I'm here.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. What's up? How are you?
Pretty good. I told Toby last night. They gave me a little bit of intel. That place is definitely Phidias's front door. Is
Oh,
kind of what I thought. Um, so he's using Jonathan to guard it. So yeah, that's probably not going to go well. Really glad that we didn't go in there because that would have gone really badly, I think. Yeah, that was uh yeah. So we need to deal with this and then go and deal with that.
we're gonna have to be very prepared.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to be prepared for tonight too. She is she is not I don't think that she's going to be easy to persuade.
I'm going to
Um
try.
we'll have to
I
try. Yeah, we have to
I,
try.
I I feel like I have. I mean, I was interested in meeting her anyways before all of this even happened,
Yeah.
as Rat Queen. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. But it
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
like
totally.
she got us. I checked it with my little spider buddy.
Mhm. Mhm.
She's apparently getting us the best lawn chairs from the sewer that she could find. Uh,
Mhm.
she seems to
Mhm.
be in high spirits, meaning that she isn't expecting us to. She might be expecting this to go pretty well. The whole clan's going, the whole
Mhm.
rat clan, so they're all going to be there.
Yeah, it means hundreds, if not thousands, of rats.
Probably
That's
thousands of rats. I mean, this is a
yeah,
rat
it's
queen in
not.
a city. I mean, we.
We are meeting them on a hill, or we're meeting them in the sewer.
I think it's on a hill by the sewer, probably
All
somewhere
right.
close to her home base. She's the one who chose it, so I imagine it was.
Yeah, but maybe they're
Uh,
thinking of our comfort as well. So yeah, maybe she doesn't know really who we are and what we represent.
I, f-
Um, so
I,
that's a good thing.
I'm curious. Like, I get the feeling that I just hypothesize she might be working for Phidias for some reason. I don't know why, but maybe
Uh-huh.
if she isn't working on her own, like intentionally, and she has to for like a contract or something, maybe we can get the information of hey, we know where Phidias's place is. We're gonna go kick his ass, and then we'll break. Again, this is a lot of stretches. This is a stretch on a stretch on a stretch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But again, we have to try. We
I
also have to
feel
be ready to
yeah,
to fight. And
I
again, that's
know.
why I wanted to make sure that even Songbird was aware that they may need to show up. Hopefully, when the fight by the time the fight begins, as opposed to showing up at the end. And
Well,
um, I don't
we should
really trust that psychopath, but whatever.
at least
Um,
maybe it might be a good tea party. I'm planning on bringing some stuff. Be a good host, or
yeah, we
maybe
should
we'll
definitely
have.
not drink any of their tea, though. I mean, I'm not going to eat anything that they offer.
I might just to be not what's the word rude.
Oh yeah, but I mean, this is a person who likes to change people into monsters, so
Well,
keep that in
let's see.
mind.
Well, I imagine this is the only first time I've gotten my mind taken over. You'll save me, right?
I mean, yeah, no,
My
I'm
knight
I'm
in
right
shining armor.
I'm right there for you, buddy. Um, I'd really rather us not. I mean, just even if it wasn't the Rat Queen, we're still being served from rats. That's not a good idea.
I'll
Just think about
I'll
it
keep
from
that in mind.
that
Maybe I'll
point
take a
of.
look. I just don't want to seem rude, especially if the entire if my I want to try diplomacy, and if I'm gonna.
I know, just keep that
No,
in mind.
you're right. You're right.
You
I
know,
know I'm being stupid.
yeah. I know you're not being stupid. You're trying to think of all the angles, and I'm trying to think of all the angles, and we work as a really good team. So, just remember that. That's all.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh. Hey, that I know the Halloween dance is coming up, but if some reason we're finished with all of those things and we happen to have nothing else better to do you
yeah,
want to go and check it out? I've never done this dance thing before. We always see it in those movies. I mean, if it was really shitty, we can just go home and watch a movie. So,
yeah. I mean, let's see if everybody else wants to go, or if we just want to, go do something else. I mean,
About that time, you see Lewis swing around the corner and be like, "What's up, guys?" Oh,
oh,
I can come back. It's fine.
yeah, you're fine,
You guys
Lois.
seem
What's
to be
going on?
having a no. That's fine. Yeah, how you guys doing? Good.
oh, we're doing fine. Yeah, it's a Friday. Happy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. Are you
Thank God.
guys are going to my place, right? You guys are gonna come by. I talked to my parents in case you had to come by.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna do that tonight.
Yeah,
Would
that's
be
gonna be tonight.
a good meeting point for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and I mean, I would I would probably say that some people should probably hang back, a safe distance. I don't want anybody getting hurt. But yeah,
Well,
we'll
I might join you guys because that is near my house, and I mean it's not really that far a walk for me. So
uh yeah, I mean, but you got to be full. I mean, Lewis above table. Lewis has seen us transformed
oh
at
yeah,
this
he saw
point.
you guys transform before. Like he's
Yeah,
Oh,
been
then
around you guys.
he can join us if he wants to, but
I'm just,
just
but
know.
he doesn't have any power, so I'm
I
just,
I
know, just
mean, Lewis is weird, but powers. I mean, he apparently has above human strength, above human speed, and he has the ability to judge things by licking and chewing bones of what animal it is. And he probably has inhuman smell, but hasn't done it yet. Because more like he's
okay.
got dog like behaviors.
Okay.
So,
honestly, he might fit right in at the tea party. Actually,
Yeah,
no, he's
no,
coming. No, you're
yeah.
gonna come. We're gonna have a tea party. We're
Just
gonna eat some
when you say he can
food.
come, he looks excited because that's the dog like behavior
he just
leaking
start
through.
he starts wagging
He
his
doesn't have a
tail.
tail, but.
Good boy. Oh
um,
God. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Alright.
let's
That was not okay.
To
make
the head tilt.
sure that Nick just stay close to Nick. I know you guys are a lot different, but if anything happens, at least Nick can keep you safe. You know. But I'm just saying, if anything happens,
Okay.
back of the crowd, and just do what you do. 'Cause, yeah, you can handle yourself. That's cool. Who else is? Anyway, we gotta get a list of people who is actually gonna be there together. Let's go find Eddie and Amos and Dean.
Lewis does this thing where he's very casual at all times because especially with you guys, and so he like kind of comes up behind, and kind of does the thing where he like, "Come on, guys, I gotta get to school," you know. Off we go.
Are there at least fun classes today?
It's the regular classes, but I was just about to look at that. Let's see. Oh, Friday is cheer practice tonight. But the rest of the classes go as regular as you would think. So that there's no special elective or anything. There's the elective free class still, but there's no like special classes today.
What is cheer, by the way?
Cheerleading.
Cheerleading. So the after school cheerleading group meets up on Wednesday and Friday. So yeah.
Right, we got our old friend Samantha.
Yeah, that whole list.
sister.
Don't worry, I have them still. I said I have to keep 7 NPCs in my head for any one time. We have Samantha Sweeney, Cherish Reed, Valerie Klein, Francesca De La Cruz, Anna Lee, and Dana Maxwell is the entire
Right, yeah.
that you know of the cheer squad.
Yeah,
That's
it's been a while.
6. And then all the other NPCs. Well, you're pushing like 11 right now.
I don't.
More. Oh God. Yeah, we should
Spinning
definitely
plates.
try to.
That's what I'm doing.
We should definitely try to invite everybody to this thing, just to see if we can get.
Have you
It's
So
a
whole
schizophrenic
cheer squad.
schizophrenic episode?
Oh God. I don't
know.
really. I please don't. I
That
don't
would be too
want to
much.
deal with the cheer
I
squad.
think it's too much for you guys. Could you imagine if I had to deal with like 30 NPCs? You just bring everyone.
It's just gonna be you talking to yourself. The
It'll
whole
be super
session.
boring. Trust me.
Isn't your sister a cheerleader as well?
She used to be.
Oh,
She
yeah,
still hangs out with
she's,
them.
she's involved with them. I don't know if she's directly in Cheer Squad. I hadn't decided that, but she definitely hangs out with them.
Yeah.
So she'll definitely be at that practice.
Let's
Alright.
do it. I want to hear Brian talk to himself.
Yeah. I want to see.
The extra episode.
I want to see
The
Brian
Brianing.
actually like.
I know what I would do in that case.
Try to do
I would
cheers.
just record an episode of me responding and talking to myself, and then I would upload it as the dialogue. I would be like,
Oh
guys,
my
if you want to know what
God.
happened, here you go.
A lot of those videos
Let us know
lately
when it's
where like
available.
people like are like they're like 3 or 4 different characters at
Yeah,
the
you just
same
put a
time.
wig on,
and
right? You're like,
Some of them are really really funny.
but no, unless
Yeah.
you guys really want me to look like I'm having a schizophrenic episode, let's not invite everyone. That would,
I think the people that we already have is enough.
No, I think we should just invite the people who are. And he looks at Lewis, like Lewis, who can handle themselves.
Yeah.
And or aware of what's going on.
You should
Like
invite the guidance counselor. It's a perfect plan. They'll never see it coming.
yeah.
I mean, she wouldn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
imagine if you asked for guidance. Be like, hey,
Yeah.
listen, I'm having a meeting with this rat queen, and I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
I'm
the other
sorry.
thing we
That
could
was
do.
my bad.
The other thing we could do is we could just completely end around this and just all like go to her office in the middle of the day and just confront her there.
Yeah, attacking her in broad daylight. That's always
Yeah.
the plan.
I didn't say attack. I just said confront.
All right,
Turn into
well,
an attack. But anyway, so let's
At
just go
this-
find everybody else.
at this
and,
point, yeah, everybody's pretty much gathered either near the school grounds or inside the grounds at this point.
Well, don't we all have homeroom together anyway?
You do. So you would be all
Yeah.
in the same homeroom.
Yeah. So if we're not at the same homeroom, maybe hanging out outside before the bell.
Right.
I don't think Lewis is in our homeroom, is he?
Lewis is
yeah.
not in your homeroom. He's one of the only people. Oh, sorry, Nicholas isn't either. The NPCs aren't. All the player characters are.
So we have Lewis, we have Nicholas, and then we have Claire's double, right?
Yes, but Claire's double can't be in homeroom right now
Obviously,
because
yeah,
Claire's
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So they're probably off
well, no,
doing something else.
Well, I'm asking because I'm wondering the kinds of people that we might want to invite to this. Even if we tell Claire's double, hey, this is happening. Would you like to be around for some
You would have to
backup.
have that discussion with him, but you would have to find him obviously not in homeroom, at some other point.
Oh yeah,
As
yeah, yeah.
far
I'm
as
just,
Warsong,
I'm,
you have diagnosed that guy is a monster. If you invite him to go to negotiate with rats, he will just start like burning things. You, he does
I,
not
I was
negotiate.
I was just throwing the players double thing out to like the club table.
Peacekeeper
Hey,
might be okay with going if you convince them in some way that this is the important thing that they need to do, which is fine. It's easy enough to do that, but you'd actually have to reach out to them, and currently they're busy.
okay. Just again, just to kind of start like getting some ducks in a row, as it were.
Okay.
But yeah, so doing this morning.
Okay.
Um,
Your teacher. Oh, is there anybody that hasn't? Uh, roll call. Does anybody here not know who Peacekeeper is? Just
I don't.
okay. One. Anybody else?
I don't think any of us have actually ever met Peacekeeper, but
Okay.
we know that Peacekeeper used to be on
Just checking.
a squad in
The
the
full
past.
check. Okay. Fair enough. Homeroom begins. She does your roll call. Um, let's see. Your teacher. I can't remember her first names for some reason. I think it's Joan. Give me 1 second. It's been a while since we've had a school day, like an actual school day. Oh yeah, it's Joan Nomura, your homeroom teacher. Her, the beautiful dark-skinned lady with the silver-toned hair. Calls roll call, and I suppose you all say like here or present or whatever.
Yeah. Here, present, whatever.
Okay. Go ahead. What is your plan for today? Do we just gonna go through each period, or are you gonna try to sneak off and talk to people? I just kind of get a general feeling.
Dean's probably gonna try to fall asleep in as many classes as possible.
So is normal school day then?
Yeah.
Okay. No, Dean's normal school day. All right.
Normal school day. Going to try to focus on the school and not worry about tonight.
Sounds good. Okay. Anybody else? Because then I can just shift to lunch, and all the classes are as they were described.
I'm just I guess yeah, I guess in homeroom or I'll turn to Claire and give her the torn out page about how to like rats, raising rats, and
Oh, thank you.
yeah, it kind of seemed like you were really taken with your little pet. Where is he, by the
Yeah.
way?
I left him at home. I thought about this whole plan, but then I don't know. I don't want to see him get hurt if things go south. So I left him at home. Hopefully,
I mean,
Mom doesn't find him.
he is a fine specimen.
He is, but my mom, it's she's she might not take kindly to him, but
Well, maybe with the artifact, the animal token artifact, maybe I can um talk to him and like let him know to hide if she ever
I'd appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you. Hey, thank you for thinking about me. Appreciate it.
of course.
Okay, I want you to make a big brain roll. Actually, Amos.
Big brain roll.
Big brain roll. Yeah. Mega brain. You want to try to get like a 8 or at least 8 or higher, probably.
I got 7 + 2, so 9.
Okay. You could do something funny. So the funny thing you could do is you could use. You realize that you could put the thing on your head and you understand anything that's said to you, and as long as you're the one wearing it, you can communicate back. As long as you hear it. If you put it on your psychic character, if you put it on Derek's head, and he does that, everybody in the room will have that same ability pretty much. Like they'll be able to hear at least what the rat is saying, and you'll be able to communicate. So like you're like thinking about efficiency wise. It's like Oh, you know what? You could probably just have Derek like use kind of like use his power to talk to the rat, and then everyone can kind of have a full conversation if that ever comes up. Just a thought.
That is an idea, certainly, and I will think about it.
That way, if communication isn't just one person to one, everyone will know what's going on and be in sync.
Yeah, but then I would have to give away my super
Again,
That's a,
magical
why
item,
it's to you
which
only. The thought.
yeah, I mean, I'll take that into consideration.
Okay.
I have noted your idea, and we will process it in
The
normal time.
chick fuck. Okay. That's fine. I look, whatever you do with that knowledge is you. I just let you know that you're thinking about better ways to use it. You're thinking about, okay, I can communicate with the rat, but what might be handy is, let's say you're in a room with, I don't know if that's the greatest idea, but if you're in a room with a lot of rats, you can kind of get a feeling for what the crowd is thinking, though it might also overload the person wearing the hat, you know? So, all right. Well, that's my little tips for the day. That's all I'm saying. All right. Proceed. Sorry. Pass the note.
No, I mean, that was it. Just gonna give the basic layer.
Yeah, I think what we need to really focus on is who who do we want at this thing tonight, so that we are as prepared as we can be, when it comes uh, how we want as many hands on deck. That doesn't mean we want all of them, in the room, but we definitely want to make sure that if things go south, that we've got as many people there to help pull our asses out of this as we possibly can. So, I think that we definitely want to like call on as many of our um, as many people who are powerful as we can. You know, and Songbird out. That guy is a psychopath, and he's just gonna be a bull in a china shop. I mean, if we could get that person there on at a particular time, that would be awesome. But no, that person is probably not. But Peacekeeper might be a good option.
who's Peacekeeper?
Um, uh, Eddie, who is Peacekeeper? I think you're
They
the
have
only one
asked
who's
me not
actually
to
met.
tell you.
Oh, no, you don't have to tell us who they are, but but Peacekeeper.
But
Okay,
like, who are they?
we all know Peacekeeper was somebody who used to be like us, used to be one of those, right?
Yeah, yeah. Peacekeeper, has took care of the same things that we are dealing with now, except I think that there was different issues at the time.
Back in like the '60s, right?
A while ago. They are older now and can't do it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wait, they don't have their powers. Are you telling me that I won't have my powers at some point in the future?
You can age out of it, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
It's like the 25 club.
Noted. Note to
Yeah.
self.
Yeah.
Gain immortality.
Mm-hmm. Um. Yeah, but again, like they have a mask or something like that. They can still
Yeah,
show up.
yeah,
You
just
know.
to make sure that their identity is secure. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fine. I mean, I don't. If that's what they want, then that's fine. But if they can be there, in some fashion to just support us or whatever,
Yeah, I can ask.
yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
And then we should probably talk to um, make sure Nick here right now? No, Nick's not in the homeroom with us. Never mind. We're in
Nick is not
homeroom.
in homeroom though. If you go to lunch, Nick and your friend Lewis are available. They become
Yeah.
kind of spawn point at lunchtime. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we already know Lewis is going to be there. We assume Nick will want to show up. I think we've already floated the idea to him.
Yeah, if you ask Nick, Nick will show up.
Yeah.
Even for the basis of just scientific observation of an alien race, basically. Like he'll go for that
Yeah.
reason alone.
Yeah. And also, they're obviously going to care about the rats and want to see them protected if possible.
Though he would be nervous for the fact that he's had to fight them so often, so he's not too sure how great they'll be with him showing up. That's the opposite problem.
No, but
Oh,
he also understands how to deal with them.
no, but
And
if we're here for peacekeeping, then not peacekeeping, but trying to.
but he always fights them and he always knocks them out. He
Right,
never
he's never actually dealt a killing blow to them. He always knocks them
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, so that's not necessarily a bad thing, because he already knows how to deal with them even on his own. So having to deal with them with others should be a lot easier for him. And then we've got to talk to. So I was kind of thinking maybe we should try to talk to. And he looks your the other you.
Oh, I mean,
You'll probably find them outside at lunch. Like you can't be in lunch and then be in lunch, but you can go wander
you mean
outside.
Alsgareth?
Alsgareth. Yeah, oh, good old
Alsgareth.
Alsgareth.
Yeah, we can talk to Algareth and see if
What was his last shining moment was nearly electrocuting Claire because he thought she was a monster and then felt better of it and just like, no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
He was basically standing around with a gun in his hand.
we could ask Algareth if they could show up maybe with some of their people and just kind of keep an eye on the periphery and run in if we need them.
I'm gonna ask. I'm not sure he will show up because what would they get out of it?
Well, I mean, they are our allies, and
Yeah, we can ask for them to come over, see if we can try
least
to make a
ask.
negotiation. Yeah, we can
At
definitely
least-
ask. There's no reason not to.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. That's all.
Claire
That's
can sneak off and talk to herself if she likes at near lunch. Like she can go out to the
Yeah, I
back
can do that.
and meet herself and have a conversation.
And I'll try to
That you
sneak
do.
away and see if I can track down Peacekeeper.
Sure.
Perfect.
For sake of keeping the gag going, I'm not going to tell you them who Peacekeeper is. I'm just going to respond as Peacekeeper. But first we'll do Claire's thing, and then we'll do Peacekeeper's thing, and then we'll progress probably.
Well, duh. Peacekeeper is obviously you.
Yes, it's been me the whole time. All right. We'll have Claire talk to Asgareth. That'll be great. So, you are leaning against the building, and you come out and see yourself leaning against the building. There we go.
I lean against the building, copying him.
It's okay, two people just sort of hanging out. Oh, hi, Asgareth.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Claire.
Been a long time no see.
Yeah, I heard there was some sort of commotion yesterday.
That might have been my fault. No one truly knows.
It'll smirk as you, which is kind of off-putting. Yeah, like no one knows. Any trouble, it's usually you guys.
You know it. So, yeah. So
Oh, you're not mad about me almost electrocuting you before.
You didn't.
I felt I came really close, but then it looked like they had it under control. So
no, my body was being taken over. So I would have understood, but I appreciate it. Thanks.
So what are you here to see us about?
So so we recently. Have you ever heard of the Rat Queen?
Rat Queen. Oh, she leads the rat things in their dominion. Yeah, I've heard of the Rat Queen.
We're gonna go meet with them tonight, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we can come to a nice, happy understanding.
You almost hear like a pause, like
But no, honestly,
the Rat Queen hates humankind, at least according to what I remember.
yeah. But if I show up as like a giant spider, she might not think that I'm a human.
I don't know, guys. He'll give you a suspicious look, like, so can you tell me more? And they'll sit down and look at you.
She explains the situation. She'll take the time to explain the situation, get him up to speed.
And then she's gonna invite you to a tea party.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
suspiciously is very welcoming to you.
Oh, suspiciously, absolutely. And I
Okay,
was
got it.
wondering if you wanted to come and join us to, see.
That sounds dangerous. I don't
It does.
particularly
You
feel a
don't.
need to get into a dangerous situation.
I thought so too. The invitation is open. I understand.
Hmm.
Nope.
No, no, no,
Hey,
no. Give me a moment to think. He's considering possibilities. Uh, if I won't go, it looks like if they could pull out, like they're pulling out a notebook or something, and kind of like thumbing through like what the ideal plan would be for a moment. Okay, so he folds the notebook back and looks back at you and goes, "Okay, so according to the way that balance is supposed to be, they are causing trouble. So we theoretically could interfere and help because they are going against the original pact with the three sides. Because they are ruining one of the sides, basically.
theoretically,
In theory, it is legally gray.
is it a light gray? Is it a dark gray? Is it fuck it gray?
Still, well, we could help you out at least in certain ways, like scouting the area, looking for traps. We probably will not go down there with you
That's
because
completely
also
fair.
for two very good reasons. One, there's nothing in it for us, and two, there's no point in starting a fight with another one of the races unless it is absolutely necessary.
That is completely fair and understandable.
If you
I
wish
would
us
always-
to go there and scout ahead and see what's there, we can, but we're not going to. Oh, you said she invited you to her home?
No, to this graveyard place. I don't.
Hmm,
Her home's in the sewers. I don't really know this place that well. I have a friend who lives close by.
something tells me that if she's having a tea party, she invites you to her home. That's what you do. You have it in your house. You have it in your kingdom.
Yep.
You don't have it out in a graveyard.
I had a feeling like that this was never going this was never going to work out.
I don't know her. I think it's rat queen. So I don't know her well enough to give that judgment, but I will say that her kin, the reason that they were treated poorly, is because they tend to lean with the side of evil.
Okay.
He means evil in a very gray way. Like his ancestors ate people. Like like you.
I mean, when he says evil, grain of salt.
We don't eat people anymore, but my ancestors at one point did. Anyway, that's a topic for another time. Okay, so if you want us to check out this hill and the surroundings for traps, the general layout, we can do that. We'll just chalk it up to you owing us a favor at some point.
I was literally just about to say nothing is for free. I will owe you a favor in the future.
Oh,
Whatever
and
that may
your
be.
friend is going to probably end up getting that favor in soon. We're probably going to need him for something.
Okay.
Probably in the next few days or so.
I'll let him know to look out for you guys.
Okay. And, yeah, all right. You can kind of conclude a conversation with yourself, and you go back into the dining hall.
All right, guys. Like, hey, always nice to talk to you.
Oh, always a
care.
pleasant conversation. He treats you with respect. Like you're willing to talk to him on an equal level as an intellectual, kind of. So he's willing to do favors as long as they feel like the race gets some benefit out of it.
Absolutely. I wasn't expecting anything out of character. I wasn't expecting him to actually come. But it was
No, but he is willing to, which means that he definitely has something for you guys to do or you to do at some point. But at the moment, he's willing to do some reconnaissance.
All right. I head back. I give a wave and head back.
Okay. He'll wave, though it's kind of not. He doesn't do it enthusiastic. He'll kind of like wander off. All right. Back in the dining hall.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're gonna do Eddie's scene next, right? Eddie, you're talking to Peacekeeper. What
Yep,
is the
yep.
conversation? Peacekeeper is actually in the middle of their lunch and is working with like paperwork and stuff.
Oh, I know, I know. I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
hey, uh, yeah. Is there anyone around? Is like, I
No, no,
imagine.
it is suspiciously empty for the place that this is.
Yeah. Okay. That's surprising. I was
Uh,
wondering if I could catch them alone.
they are. They
That's
are
like that's
by
surprising.
themselves. Yes, I know. In this place, they are surprisingly alone at the moment and are
Cool.
having food and looking at paperwork. It's not at all
Hey,
because I don't want to run 15 NPCs in a small space.
hey, this you free for a second?
Yeah, I'm always free to talk to you. I was thinking about my phrasing here. Then heads out.
Yeah. So, you remember you remember the guidance counselor, right?
Yes, I do remember the guidance counselor.
Yeah. Do you also remember the rats?
Yes, I very much remember the rats.
Okay. Well, it turns out that the two have a lot in common. In fact,
They really
uh,
need to look into the staffing of the school.
yeah. So we have a date tonight. We're supposed to have a little get together.
I think you did mention something like that the other time
I
about
did,
it.
but I never got into it. Well, anyway, we were wondering if you might be able to join us tonight.
Well, it is after my work is finished, so I should be able to attend.
Yeah. Okay. That's up to you, really. It might not be a bad idea to have someone else who can handle themselves around.
Okay. They are willing to go with you, and they will get their stuff together, and they will meet you at the. Well, they'll be waiting at the location in time.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to your lunch. I want to finish mine as well.
Okay. And then Eddie returns to the lunchroom. So two people left, and two people come back, basically.
All right, guy. I sit down at the lunch table and I'm like, okay, they'll do reconnaissance, but that's about it. Uh, Out of character, who was the guy who he wanted to what's his name?
Are you talking about Warsong, or
Not
who are we
Warsong,
talking
the
about?
person that owes a favor.
Oh, Nick. Nick has owed a favor for a while now, and it sounded like they were gonna call in that favor in a couple of days.
All right, is he at the lunch table?
Yeah, Nick's there.
All right, Nick, this sounds like they're going to be calling in that favors in a couple of days or so look out for that.
Nick makes a like, oh, I'm so excited face, and then cuts
Of
into his block of tofu that he's having for lunch.
course.
Oh yeah, Peacekeeper's on board,
Oh, cool.
so yay, we got
And this
more people for the
Lewis
tea
goes,
party.
that was a quick conversation. Oh, well, you can run really fast, right? So, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Because you literally were just like, all right, I'll go talk to Peacekeeper. All right, and then you're back. It's like, well, he runs fast. It's fine. All right.
But yeah.
We have a rapport. I mean, we've talked before.
Could have used your walkie-talkie. I get it. All right. What's the plan now? You're all sitting at the lunch table. People have reported back in.
Derek, you you all set on your end? You're ready for this party?
Um, I I think so. I mean, I gotta get the minion. But I don't really know if there's anything else that we can do other than maybe bring a bunch of cheese.
Yeah, Nick, you're you got everything prepared, and then there's well, what about Dean? Is
Yeah,
Dean you ready?
I don't know what else I could do to get ready.
That's fair. And then
Um,
Amos has the circlet, right?
Yes, I do, and I know everything about killing rats. Everything there is to
All right.
know.
Sounds like we're pretty prepared then.
Yeah. I again, I know this is a fool's errand. I'm going to try to diplomatize, but things probably gonna go south. So just try to stay safe, everybody.
Did you ask Peacekeeper to also provide transport? Because they could.
I'd never thought of that.
I mean, you still could have mentioned it, and they could bring it up later. But it was just something that I wanted to float to make sure that that is a thing that you wanted or didn't want.
Yeah, that's a good point. If I think of that at some point during the rest of lunch or later on, I would have reached out and asked Peacekeeper if they could
They would
arrange
be fine with
transport.
that. They have a
Because I
van.
don't, yeah, I don't particularly feel like having Derek
Steal another
hotwire
car?
another car.
Look, that always goes so well.
It does always go so well.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
well,
wait.
hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
the one thing I never asked, when we show up there, do we want to show up in our, do we want to show up, we want to show up, right? Like, in uniform, as it were. Anybody?
that's really more of
That's
a
actually a
question
good
for
question.
Claire, I think.
I mean, all of us. Do we want to show up in our, like, do we want to show up transformed? Do we want to, like, go, looking like this or like that?
I mean, if it's about diplomacy, then we might look less intimidating if we're just all like high school students.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but even if it's about diplomacy, showing up with our strength might also be a good diplomatic move to say, we have a lot of power too.
Like an
Um,
intimidation thing?
Diplomacy through strength, of course.
yeah,
Oscar said that
I don't
the
say
rats don't really particularly care for humans.
exactly.
So the
wait, wait.
only reason why I would might want to be transformed is that I don't look human in my transformed state.
I thought I thought the we didn't know for sure that the rat queen was aware of our alter egos. Do, do we know for sure she knows that?
I mean, she has to. She's in league with Phidias, and Phidias has literally been in some of our heads.
But did Phineas talk to her recently? That's the
Well, yeah, but I mean, like he was in that dream with us that one time. I mean, like he
Yeah. Okay.
even
I guess
even even.
we'll all make that decision
I'm
when
just
it comes
saying.
to it.
I'm just saying. I think I'm gonna show up. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna go there looking like death. I'm also gonna have a skeleton dog with me. So um,
Okay.
I just want to make sure everybody knows what everybody else is
I'm just
doing
picturing the
because
skeleton dog in the van later, just like crouching down.
I mean
Right, shotgun.
I might just ride him there.
we're just gonna be out of character the Scooby Gang.
The Scooby Gang's gonna pull up. It'll be fun.
Hmm.
That's the joke of a big white van. Is that we see like this pile of heroes come out of this
Hmm.
buggy
Yeah.
van. All
So
right.
I think I the only other thing is I kind of want to make sure we bring food, just in maybe things go well.
Hmm. Hmm.
Very. The more I talk about, it, the more I think it's gonna
You're gonna
fail.
wish for KFC again?
I don't need a
I
wish for
mean,
KFC if I can just go grab it. I'm actually gonna go. I'm not gonna go to KFC this time. I'm gonna go to Popeyes. The
Nice.
mm,
Just
the
start
bread is
throwing
Both in
crunchier.
our tab? That's great.
start throwing popcorn chicken out into the crowd.
There's gonna be a. Actually, can I go to the pet store and pick up the best gourmet Actually, I did pick up the best gourmet rat food. I
You
brought
did.
it.
You already have it. So
Oh, I
there
don't
you
need to
go.
buy any more. I bought like a big thing of it.
Yeah,
Oh
you
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
fine.
you discussed with Gavigan a long time ago what food she would like, and you had gathered stuff beforehand. So that
Okay, I'm
already
Mhm.
prepared.
exists in your inventory.
Okay, already prepared.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. Um, yeah, I mean, again, I think that we just I think having a certain amount of strength, um, not to intimidate, but at least showing that we're not pushovers is not necessarily a bad thing. But I mean, you tell me. I mean, if we all want to show up, if we can transform, if things go south, so I guess it's a card up our sleeve. But again, I think if we show up, looking like we're not pushovers and say, hey, look, is, this is going to change, that might just, that might work to our favor. That's all.
Okay.
I'm
Nick will, because he's been listening to this conversation, will look up from his food and be like, I believe, in my opinion, you should either all go as one form or the other. You should all go as your hero form or all go as people.
All right, if you
What?
want to show up,
Not half and half. Not one of you transformed. It just makes sense that
yeah,
it should just be all or the implication of one of you being transformed and the rest of you being normal is also a problem.
Hmm
And
hmm
that's
then
fair.
he'll go back to his mood.
Yeah, I suppose if you want to go transform Derek, then I'll show up transformed.
Well,
all
we can
right.
all vote on it too.
I
uh,
already told you I want to go and transform, so that's my
Nick
vote.
is on the side of caution. Transform seems right for him.
Hmm. Does Nick have a transformation, or is he
He
just
does. He looks like a weird, normal-sized human satyr person, except they
okay?
have white oak instead of the corrupted stuff that looked like before. And
Okay.
he apparently has mastered how to draw a bow staff from nowhere. And so he is basically a martial artist healer hybrid.
Wow. Kind of jealous.
He looks cool
Um.
too. On top of it.
Yeah. 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 So I mean, sounds like more of a. I mean, and again, I don't want to force anybody into anything, but I think to Nick's point, we all show up, um, showing that what we are. It's also it also is a little bit more cards on the table. Like, hey, you can trust us because here we are. This is what we do. You know, um, you know what I mean. So I feel like that just and it also puts us in a safer position as well.
Okay.
All right, I think we've decided.
Uh, your friend Lewis is all in favor of you guys going as weird monsters and things because that's the most entertaining for him.
That's fair.
Yeah, that tracks. That
Basically.
tracks.
Well, Lewis
I
has
mean, good
called
thing
it.
I'm gonna ask. We're checking out our Halloween costumes.
Hmm
Though if you stop by my house, please change back. You'd probably freak out my parents.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We'll
absolutely.
that's the other thing. So I think maybe we go to your house maybe a little bit earlier, and kind of have like a little bit of a thing. Does that work?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I figure you might have to adjust if we're getting a ride with your friend. We might want to tell them that they need to pick us up earlier and drop us off at the house, and then we can proceed to the tea party. He'll laugh.
Hmm Um, yeah. I mean, we could always um have Peacekeeper meet up with us. I mean, we can just get to again above table. We can just get to Lewis's house
Yeah,
on our own,
you're right.
and then have Peacekeeper pick us up closer to that time and bring us over there closer to midnight so that they can keep their anonymity.
No,
And
they're willing to tell their parents that your chaperone for your I said it was like a birthday party. The chaperone for your birthday party will come by to pick you all up.
hmm hmm perfect. Yeah, so we'll transform on the way and get there and be ready to go.
Okay.
If everybody feels good about that, I'm not. This is a democracy, not a
Dictatorship.
dictatorship. I was going to say dictatorship.
All right.
Good.
Hey,
All right. So, are we good with fast forwarding to? Obviously, they'll have the conversation with Peacekeeper, but like, are we good with fast forwarding time to like basically getting ready for that for the visiting your friend's house? Like,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Because unless somebody has something very specific to do, I just want to make sure that that's good with everyone.
Sounds good.
Okay. Then we can advance until school ends. People go home. I don't know how you're dressing. I guess casual or normal, unless somebody must specifically dress in a different way. And I assume that you talked to Peacekeeper because you said you were. That's easy enough. We don't have to work out that whole conversation. That you'll pick them up from Lewis's house and transport them to the next location.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that good with everyone?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll scene shift to basically people arriving at Lewis's house. Lewis's house is also doubles as a mortuary, so it is a
Ooh.
house that is part of a mortuary building. They live on the second floor, and the business is downstairs and lower. So. It is in the graveyard so there's a surrounding graveyard, and the whole complex is basically located on a giant hill, Duncan Hill. Okay, and he goes, "Oh, home sweet home," and he'll go up to the door, and he'll do like a little bit like instead of a knock, it's like a, and then like the parents will come out. Oh, he has guests. So he has these Lewis's friends.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Hello.
You meet
Hi.
his parents, and his parents have some of the exact same features he does, except they are more pronounced. So like their heads are more wolf dogish, and like, but maybe it's you get older, man. You get older, and you just and nobody causes a fuss over the wolfen look of his parents, right? Or
Do we get the
So
feeling that
many things make so much sense.
if we were transformed, that they wouldn't be that weird about it?
I'm not sure because they're not expecting you to be a transformed person showing up at their door. This could be a raid of some sort for all they know. Not that they know what a raid or why a raid would be necessary.
Yeah.
But they seem like a generally nice older couple with some remarkably canine features.
I'm going to we're going in the house.
Yeah, you'll go in the house.
Yeah.
It
I am
smells
definitely
of
looking for.
for
I'm
like
definitely looking for like family photos, especially
okay, yeah.
extended family photos.
Yeah, the house smells
Anything
a
that.
touch of formaldehyde and of like sort of like a meatish kind of smell. Each of the photos, there are older photos. The family does have a resemblance down the line. It's easy to see. It's not like they're hiding photos, So you go around the house. Definitely an older style building. It seems like it's been here a while. But it's like Lewis just kind of walks through it like you walk through your living room, right? He like puts his shoes down. It's like, and then how was school? Oh, school was great. And it's the first time we've had friends over. That's very like oh yeah, yeah, I do have trouble making friends. I'm trying to get better at it though.
You're
And
doing a good job.
Yeah, I don't know why, man. You're
You're pretty
great.
awesome.
Yeah,
oh,
I don't know how we haven't become friends sooner, honestly.
our son has some weird habits that they don't like at school. I think it's very very wrong of them to treat him that way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, the school can be a little conservative, a little uppity about certain things. I mean, they don't really like me that much either. I mean,
Oh, that's awful.
I tell you what, it's
Nick
downright
also-
discrimination.
Nick looks uncomfortable in this place. He's with you guys because you're here, but he could like smell the meat in the air. Like it's like a faint thing, but he just looks kind of concerned and looking around.
Can I smell meat in the air?
Yeah, you could smell like a very faint like meat, maybe rotting meatish smell, and like a faint smell of formaldehyde because this is the first floor, so you're just above the.
But
where, like, the
you don't
mortuary.
mean like bodies, do you?
I mean, his family works in a mortuary, so
Right,
yeah.
right, but it doesn't smell like meat,
That's
does it? Like, is that a thing?
Well, so there is. No, that's true.
formaldehyde
There
for
is a
sure.
smell of like general death, but there's also a smell of actual meat. So that they're two
Like,
different things.
yeah, I'll ask. Like, hey, you got something cooking?
Oh yeah, we have some meat drying in the next room, jerky.
Oh,
Oh,
what kind?
can I take a look?
Sure.
What
Uh,
kind is it?
I'm gonna go to Nick,
The dad gets
and I'm
excited
like,
if you want to talk about jerky. That's an
Yeah.
exciting thing.
I
I want to listen
I'm-
to it. I want to hear the deep jerky lore of this family.
I want to go over to Nick and put my hand on his shoulder and be like, remember, Nick,
Do you like smoke it?
animals eat other animals. So
I am
think that
aware
that's
of this. It just doesn't. I just don't. This place doesn't sit well with me. Okay, and
I
that's
get it. That's
okay
why I
with you.
wanted to just no,
Yeah,
no.
okay.
I just wanted to come over and and let you know I'm there with you. I'm feeling your concern, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm here for you, man.
And very excitedly, the father will talk about the many methods he uses to make the jerky just the right way. And as for the meat, kind of unadented. I don't know, you guys are like CSI, right? Like it's a thing of meat, like it's a block, and he's like
Yeah,
cut
but
into
like it's like
jerky
Yeah,
flake.
shaped.
I mean,
Oh,
what
it's so
kind
cool.
of beef is this?
Actually, can I try one?
Okay, first of all, Amos, you need to make a roll. First of all, if you're gonna be like, what kind of meat is this? You could do a spot on a thing. It's just gonna be if you fail, you just won't know. And if you pass,
mean,
it still should be pretty high
Would
because
I,
it's
would I
like,
be able would I be able to tell meats apart? Like that's not really like.
yeah, true.
That is kind of hard.
He
I
says
mean, you just ask the father. Just ask him
Well,
what
I
kind of
just
meat it
did.
is.
I was like, what kind of meat?
he'll say beef. He says
Okay.
beef.
Oh, what kind of beef? Like Japanese.
It's that A was it A6 or A9 beef. It's very
Oh,
it's rare.
is he stuttering like you are?
Does he stutter like? No, that's true. Does he stutter like me? A little, but not like he's cracking under pressure. More like he's like trying to remember.
Can I ask? Can I ask him a question?
Sure,
Can I have a little taste of your jerky?
sure. He'll take one of the pieces of dried jerky, like finished, and hand it to you.
I tried.
Okay.
Is it good?
First, it's got like a robust porky flavor. Actually, it's less like cow, more like pork.
Oh, okay.
Maybe like a gaminess of like chicken or something like that.
Mm.
This is very
Mm.
delicious and unique. I don't think I've ever tasted it.
It's all about the processing that really goes into it.
What kind of processing?
Because it's a series of layering like flavors and then like letting it dry over a period of time. Basically, he's talking about like smoking, doing stages of development for the jerky.
And if I wanted to make some at home, like where would I get these kind of cuts?
Sure. He'll tell you the name of local butcher shops. He knows those, and he'll like write those out.
Sorry, like Nick is just abandoned at this point.
Nick is like in the other room. He's not even in this room. He's like
Yeah.
out here in the hallway.
We're big jerky fanatics, okay?
I really wanted to hear the lore.
Really? Yeah, no, that's fine. He's willing to talk. Like, unfortunately, I'm not a master of jerky as a GM, but he will talk about the very intricate details of jerky making and how it takes like a long time to do it properly.
What about do you guys have like dead bodies in here or?
Well, we are. They'll look a little offended that you're like, do you not in the? They're in the basement. There are people being worked on. Have some respect for them.
Can we see?
Amos,
Okay, I am so
I don't really
sorry
need to see
about
that.
my friend question.
So at what point Lewis will go to the room and he's, don't worry, it's not that they're offended. Every time they come over, people want to see the bodies. It's a thing. And they look at each other. All right, if they really want to. You guys anyone want to go on? You want to go on that tour, Alex? You want to go see the bodies in the basement?
Sure.
Sure, you know what? I've already did jerky lore, so let's do this.
You go downstairs, and there are bodies being prepped for burial. They wouldn't do it for cremation. So it's like all they get the fluid things coming down. The people are on tables. Honestly, you should probably just roll a check for like what was it, like the fear check? Because
Keep your wits about you.
keep your wits. There's actual dead people down here and like tubes and stuff running. It's icky, but Lewis says something along the lines of, "Every time I have people over, the first thing they want to do is see the dead bodies." Like,
I got a question. Was this
Yeah.
a persona check or was this a mental check or an emotion?
this is, and there is a check for it.
It's a persona.
So that's a 3.
This is
Oh.
horrifying, and you need to leave.
I run back upstairs. I forgot something.
What was I gonna say? I actually rolled a 4 minus persona, you say, so minus one.
You run up the stairs too.
So yeah, but did I see anything about the? Can I?
No, here's the thing. You went
I didn't see
downstairs
anything.
with Claire, and you were like, on second thought, I really don't need to see the bodies, and you get all sick, and you start to run upstairs.
Oh wow. Well, it was just for scientific purposes. I had to test myself.
All right.
I-
Nobody else wants to go down there. I'm just making sure 2 people just ran up the stairs.
Not on purpose.
Yeah, that's the usual reaction, Lewis says. Like, getting his
if
stuff
they
off and
come
putting the
running
bag away.
up the stairs. They come running up the stairs.
Yeah.
I'm going to now go down because I was hanging out with Nick
Yeah.
again, trying to help him
Sure.
stay a little
You
bit more
want to
comfortable.
roll that persona check to see if you can look at the dead bodies or not?
Well, I mean, I think because of who I am, I but whatever, that's fine.
Fair. No. I get it, kind of.
No, it's
I will.
all right.
I'll give you a +1 for sure because like what you work with, your element is literal death. Like,
Yeah, so I rolled a 6 and I have a +1 in persona.
yeah.
think
All
it's at
right.
least a
So
plus-
then it still would have been passing anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I passed.
Okay.
Yeah, so
It is icky down here, but you're used to death. It's just bodies getting ready to be put into coffins, and it is nasty business of being filled with formaldehyde and drained of fluids and things like that.
mhm.
The bodies are mostly covered because they're not being worked on yet, but it's still awful and smells down here.
yeah, I mean, it's still a little bit off-putting to like have maybe that many bodies. But he's like, oh, okay, there's not like he saw the 2 of them run up, so he was immediately thought like maybe there's something
No,
bad
there's
down
only
there.
a
I need to
few
go.
bodies down here, maybe 2
Oh,
to 3 tops.
I'm just saying for flavor text, like the 2 of them ran up, and so he thought like maybe something's actually wrong down there, so he ran down and was like, oh,
It's just
okay,
dead people.
I guess I kind of understand why they ran, but yeah, I mean it's just dead people. I mean, I kind of feel at home here. Hey Lewis, I really like your house, man. I gotta hang out here more often.
Could I be talking to Lewis during this?
Yeah, sure, that's
Time.
fine.
Oh, I would be like, oh, what do you like normally eat? Like, here, like,
The
what are your
families-
favorite meals?
Family's really into like steaks. They're into like burgers. We're a very I guess you would say we're a very meat driven household.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, I like good cube steak myself, but not a huge meat eater. I would say we're pretty balanced in our family.
Mm.
What do you
Just so-
you like to go out to eat anywhere?
Oh, we don't really go out to eat. Because I think my mother has a stomach thing where she eats like fast food. She gets sick, so we tend to eat at
Oh,
home.
I see. Yeah,
No,
so
I
not
get that
everyone
too. I get
can
that too.
not everyone can go out to eat all the time. I mean, it's expensive anyway.
And father goes to nothing like a home cooked meal for the other. To really.
Yeah, I mean, you got the process down, so I'm honestly quite impressed.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's just
Okay.
all I wanted to talk about. Like while everyone was running in the basement.
Okay. As you have this whole, they come up, everybody regroups again. He goes, "Oh, I didn't even show you my room. Come on, I'll go upstairs."
Oh yeah, I want to
Oh,
see your room.
Oh, you guys don't want to be here. All the death's out here. Let's go upstairs.
I want to see
Come
your room, Lewis. Like, show us your
I
room.
see it.
So you go to Lewis's room, and it is exactly what you picture Lewis's room to be. It's just a mess. He like pulls like a pile of like clothes off his bed. He has a realistic teenager room. He just pulls his shit off the bed and has like a single sheet. And he goes, "Oh, sorry, must make yourself at home." And he's just pushing stuff around.
Everything is made of
I sit on
bones.
top of a clothes pile, the cleanest looking clothes pile.
Sure. There is a like little wooden area where he has like different animal skulls and things like displayed. He goes of his favorite ones that he's found. He's got, of course, like different types of metal and rock posters, like kind of plastered everywhere. Uh, and it's what you'd picture. It's very exciting. He doesn't have any guests. Unfortunately, he didn't think to clean at all. Uh,
I mean, how often does he get guests coming?
right,
over?
exactly. Um, but nothing. He just seems like the room is pretty normal. Like it's not like there's no weird cultisty symbol. There's nothing like that. It's just that it's a person who doesn't clean his room too much. And he goes, "Oh," and then at certain points, he's like, looks like he's gonna sort his laundry. So he just sort of sniffs the air in a pile and goes, "Okay, yeah, I gotta change that one over," or something like that.
That's the best way to do dishes, like real world, like out of character. That's the best way to do dishes, is to smell it to make sure it's clean. That's what we did at work.
But he did it from across the room. Like he was like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, that pile is person. Don't sit over there." You know.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Cool ability. I wish I could do that.
Okay. Yeah. So he goes, "Okay, so we're just gonna wait here until it's time to go."
I
I guess
mean,
so. Do you have any
you
video
have
games?
anything you like to do, Brian? You got like a game console or like a?
Let me think. He doesn't have a video game console, per se. He's like, "Oh, well, actually, what I like to do the most," and it sounds like the most emo shit ever, so I'm sorry in advance. He says, "I like to put my headphones on and relax in the graveyard." That's his idea of fun. So
You know what?
unfortunately,
That
that
actually
is
sounds kind of nice. I have
Actually, that's
actually
good.
brought my Porta Pros, and
I
like I'll
brought a
pull up my
book.
Porta Pros.
just kind of see like find a nice spot in the graveyard, and just like chill in the like at night, like just chilling
Yeah.
in the graveyard.
You know what? That
So
sounds fine. I brought a
but
book.
it makes the most sense for his character, so that's what he says. Okay, he doesn't have video game console. He says something about like my parents are kind of anti big technology. Like, you know what I mean? They don't really watch TV much, you know. So he
Yeah,
doesn't have a
yeah.
video game console.
Derek totally pulls out an old D&D book. It's like, well, I mean, if you guys wanted to, but that
It's a
music
little
thing
short note.
that
D
sounds
and
cool
D
too.
in the graveyard sounds awesome.
Just
Right?
meta
Let's
meta
do it.
game.
I'm pretty sure I've already talked about Derek being a stoner. So Derek's like, yeah, I think we should definitely go for a walk.
Okay, so you guys go out into the graveyard. You can,
Bye, bye, Miss Bren. Bye, Mr. Bren.
and they'll nod. Mr. and Mrs. Bren will be who are going to be named later. Nod and like you and not shoot you, but like do the normal thing of, "Oh yeah, thank you for coming by. And taking care of our son." And I'll let you off. Yeah.
Thanks for the jerky. It was actually really good.
Oddly enough, it was.
It really was delicious.
Um, Out into the graveyard you go, and you guys can play music. Derek suggests like maybe playing D&D or something, though it is
Yeah,
kind
roll
of
up some
dark.
characters. That's
Dark.
fun.
By the time you're done rolling up your characters and setting your stuff aside, you realize, oh shit, it's probably pretty close to the time we have to go.
Mhm.
That's how it goes. Like everybody's rolled out their
Oh yeah.
characters,
Oh,
sat
definitely. That's
down,
totally how.
and then they
You're
listened
yeah.
to music. They were
you're-
chatting, and
I just finished making my teeth line. Damn it.
You're just getting through. You're just getting through your
Right.
session 0, and it's like time to. Oh man, that's it.
Lewis was like, "I was gonna play a berserker, but I don't think we have time." Looks like
Alright, well, we should do this later again in the future.
it looked like he was gonna
Yeah,
play
yeah,
some
totally.
sort of half creature berserker character, like a half like I forget what the dog race is. It Gall
Knowles.
Knowles. He was gonna be a
Those
half
are
Knoll
the hyena.
berserker or something.
They're hyenas.
Yeah. So he's gonna be like a half Knoll berserker or something.
That
Uh,
that seems right.
It was either going to be a tiefling sorceress or tiefling warlock or a
It,
dragon.
and then the
or
next game
something.
is you get to play the characters that you made in the other world. No, my head
I
explodes.
know.
Guys, out of character. If we ever played
No.
a session of D&D, is our characters playing a character?
Stop. You stop
I'm
now.
stop.
My brain can't handle that. And then like you
That
you-
sounds honestly
and
great,
then you
though.
character break into the other game. No, stop.
Into another alternate dimension. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh man, that
Or am
that
I?
actually sounds.
I think blood
Stupid
almost shot out
fun.
my nose.
I would actually do it. I that sounds fun.
It sounds
Yeah.
fun
I'm
for you
game.
guys, yeah.
Well, then somebody else will run it, and you can play.
Okay, you run. I'll tell you what. If they go into their D&D game, you're running it, and then we'll
Okay.
pass it
Yeah,
back.
we
or
would
something.
we would run in the game. We'd have to run it.
Well, yeah. So Derek
Oh,
would
Derek's
be
running
running
it. Yeah, there we go.
Derek would
Perfect.
be running it, and having to play all the NPCs, and so you would just be an NPC that shows up.
All right, I got my halfling druid Merritt Greenbottle already.
No, this is you guys are all talking about like a different. He has a D&D.
Oh, a D&D.
Yeah,
oh,
so you're
are
you're-
we playing Tomb
you're-
of Horrors?
Huh?
Are we playing
My
Tomb
God.
of Horrors?
Is that how I expected it to go?
Oh God, no! I wouldn't do Tomb of Horrors. Come on, that's sadistic.
Okay. After you guys are done rolling up your characters, and by the way, if you decide that you actually want D&D characters, we will have to make them contemporary with Derek's guidebook and stuff
Yes.
because
Gotta
that
get
is-
some-
You can only
Gotta
choose
get the
locked
old
up.
guidebook.
You can
So
only
locked
choose a human fighter, an elven wizard, or a what is it? A druid cleric. Those are the only things that you can
Jesus.
choose.
like 3 classes. All right.
That's it. That's all that was in AD&D.
About that time, Peacekeeper's van will roll up to the street. He doesn't go roll into the middle of the graveyard, and you guys can probably get inside and be driven to your destination.
My hound is with me at
Sure.
this point.
That's fine.
Cool. All right.
You can either ride the hound or you can get the hound to crouch down and get inside the van. That's
I mean,
fine.
if there's enough room,
There is
yeah.
enough room. It is a
Cool.
large van that has very nice upholstery and everything, but it's basically a big white van, and everybody just kind of piles in. And
And
then,
I think that I had said that I'd gotten a disguise like a rug disguise or like a something to put over
your sure. It's a dog covered in like cloth and random stuff. That's
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm still back at the AD. Like, is it second
right.
edition? Is
I
it?
think it's just first edition. I think that's what he said.
AD&D is
Saying.
like first edition.
You're
Like,
talking about AD like
Advanced
the
Dungeons-
81,
Advanced-
like
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, right?
yeah.
because they revised it like later on.
Right.
They had like
several times. Yeah.
yeah, and I think there was one even in '95 where they revised it. But you
Yeah.
have the original. Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking the original, like
Okay.
first. Yeah.
Sorry.
Why-
I was
Why
stuck there.
Derek had that in his stuff along with all the way to generate character sheets and the other materials, we'll never know. Apparently he decided that he
He
really
wished
wanted to play
for it.
D&D. He
That
probably
was like
wished
one of
for
the first things he wished for. He was like, "Man, I've always wanted to play the
Okay.
original D&D." And he's like, "Oh, hey, look at that! I have the book."
As everybody gets into the van, I assume we drive to or ride the dog, and we arrive at the entrance to what looks like a big sewer opening. More like, when you have the water duct? Like, it's one of those, where it's like a big open area with a big metal gate in the front and a smaller door. Okay? I'm going to do a little bit more, and I think we're going to have to call it after that.
Mhm.
Let me see.
That's fine because I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm tired.
As you guys approach the metal gated tunnel, you're met by a hybrid of a spider and a rat. It has many eyes and a spider-like legs and a rat tail.
Oh, hey, are you 30 in?
It'll nod.
Hello there, buddy.
This way to see the queen. And it will lead you guys towards the gate, which has been left open. So the smaller door covering that area can be opened.
Do we hear it or we just hear hissing?
Sorry. Oddly enough, and this is messed up, Claire can't hear it. You guys hear weird hissing noises. Claire hears that.
By the way, at this point, I would probably have I would have the circlet on, obviously.
Okay, you can hear it too. If you put your helmet on, you can hear it.
So do we hear it through them, through the telepathic link, but also hear it like
Hmm.
as hissing?
Because
I
at this point, we are all transformed.
If you
Yeah.
are transformed and mentally connected, sorry, everyone can, because again, it's the same thing we were talking about with Derek. Is if
Hmm.
everybody's concentrating on the guy with the circlet, you could hear what it's saying, or if Derek is broadcasting him to you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Or I guess it does work the same way because you could just focus on him and then give it to everybody else.
Hmm.
Telepathy, the disease. So yeah, okay. So you this way to see the queen.
Hmm.
Will lead you over to the smaller. Like I said, there's a smaller gate. Like there's a main gate, and then there's like a little gate where a person can come in. Probably maintenance, and they'll open that up, and you will start going down tunnels and zigzagging through the sewer. As you go into the darkness, you feel like you're being watched the whole time.
Oh,
I'm
probably
taking
are.
notes about to get out of this place.
And
Hmm.
that is as where we're going to call it as you guys are going into a labyrinth of darkness with a rat guide.
Hmm.
Is there any light, or did we
There
bring our
is.
own
There's
light,
like
or no?
little, like the dungeon adventure, right? Like there's little like maintenance lights like every few feet, and so you guys are kind of just going into the zigzagging tunnels. But the tunnels look similar. You never know. Like you take a left, then a right, then another
Right,
left,
left,
straight,
right.
and so
So
but you're all
we
following 30 and 30.
we knew that we were coming.
Yeah, that was.
So can I say that Derek would have prepared for some of this? I didn't really say because I originally thought we were just going to like a hill. I didn't I and then
Oh
everybody
no,
started
it
talking
was
about.
never informed to you where exactly. You said that you were going to meet here. They never
Mhm.
said where exactly you were meeting.
Okay. Um.
And oh yeah, by the way, Claire, before you arrived, you did see like a park ranger and a few random people looking around, being like, they give you like a thumbs up. The park ranger just gives you a thumbs up. And
Yep.
like a
Nice.
few, and so like it seems like the lizard people were out there in like human guises, just sort of like, okay, it seems good as far as they know. So
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
Um.
Give it a nod.
I would say that we probably at least had flashlights because obviously it was going to be midnight, so we'd want to have sources of light.
no, I get it. Flashlights is a normal enough thing for going out on a night expedition, regardless. You
Could
just
I say
won't.
that? Could I say that I also would have had like a spray can, or I could roll for it if you wanted me to.
Um,
A can of spray paint.
can of spray paint sounds like you just wish that up. Roll that for me real quick, and then we'll probably end for the night.
Okay.
And
So the
this is
reason
where.
why,
Sorry.
yeah, this is
Yeah,
this is this
that would be
is
funny
this
if that's the moment
this
that
is
breaks the
this is
universe.
worth death. That is I rolled a 9. That's an 11.
Okay, it's not the moment the universe explodes. He just
No,
goes for a
no.
can of spray paint. And,
So what I'm doing is as we're turning corners, I'm hitting the corners with it's a kind of a fluorescent green spray paint. So
okay,
I'm
you'll notice Eddie as well is taking stock of the situation and is trying to memorize, at least as best they can, how to get through here.
so
Most
so I'm doing it like as we turn a corner, I'm hitting it on the side that we're coming from and around the corner. So if we're coming up to that corner, we're gonna see the green on that side and know to turn with it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's smart.
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. That's reasonable human things. You're like, okay, I want to make it as easy enough for me to find my way back
Yes.
as possible. All
And
right, but I do like the idea that you're kind of just going off into this darkness. Little 30, it is using its spider legs and normal rat legs and kind of, moving along.
yep.
And yeah, that. I mean, you didn't have to roll for this thing because you guys knew there was gonna be something weird to meet you, but it
Hmm.
had like a rat body and spider legs and a spider eyes on top of where its head is. It's just
Does he have spider fangs like
yeah.
the? He's adorable.
He's a
Well,
weird hybrid.
we had been told about this creature's existence in the
Why you
past.
weren't freaked out, but it was
Yeah.
still kind of like this is strange for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, definitely weird.
I tell him, please, like in the mental ink, I say, hey guys, if things go down, please don't. This is the one person I know. I promised somebody I'd
30
keep
and
him safe.
30
30
and
and safe.
30 and calls you grandma, by the way. If you ask him like a
Oh.
question, he says grandma.
No.
Oh.
Grandma. Grandma. It is.
Yeah,
Stop
we
it,
know
Grandma.
we know there's a few of them that we absolutely are not going to bother.
Yeah.
If shit or when shit goes sideways.
Yeah, it's
I
gonna.
asked them not to be at least the rest of them not to be there, if
Mm-hmm.
possible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully it won't come to that, but you know what? We never know. We're entering the belly of the beast.
Yep. And with that, have a good night, guys. I hope to
Thanks.
see you
Been
guys in a
fun.
couple of weeks, or maybe even
See you in the new
later.
year.
Because yeah, I was about to say like Christmas week is always pretty rough for
I'm
trying
gonna
to
be.
meet
I'm
something up.
gonna be honest. I probably won't have time.
No, I
There's
get
a,
you.
but
We
but
we will put a vote out to see what day works best for everybody. It'll probably
okay.
be next year sometime. I mean, it could be also closer than that, but I have this feeling in my gut that it's next year.
Well, in case I don't see you.
Yep. See you
Absolutely.
later.
Happy
Take care, y'all.
holidays
Bye-bye.
and happy
Happy
new year.
holidays.
Happy
Bye.
holidays.
Hey boy.